I asked both of you yesterday, as I'm Ben Bruss with Kyle Wallace, no Brad Nortman. What's keeping you up at night in relationship with the Green Bay Packers? And you had said, well, they tied. I went to bed 45 minutes after the game. Meanwhile, Strofe is watching the press conferences, wants to hear from his coaches, and you're just like, bumps that. No, I'm good.
I'm not going to be irritated when I go to bed. What? This is what I don't understand. You
just don't care as much as Strofe.
What is it called when you like to hit yourself? Self-inflicted pain. There's just people who have a disease where they like to punch themselves and they like inflicting pain.
Yeah, the Packers are really good at that.
You said who?
The Packers. They're really good at that.
Yeah, inflicting self pain. I don't enjoy doing that. After having a game where I stayed up all night, watched a 10-minute overtime, and watched my team go down and drive down the field. Actually, watch my defense step up and make a stop on the goal line and force a team to only have a field goal, and knowing that my team, all they have to do is do what they have done multiple times this game, is score a touchdown, and to watch them go down the field and play for a tie and play for a field goal, it is quite frustrating. So don't blame me and don't knock me for saying, you know what? I'm not dealing with any more of this disappointment tonight. I don't care what Matt LaFleur has to say tonight, because all it's going to do is make me more upset having to maybe watch highlights or hear guys talk about the game for tonight. I need to sleep on it. So, no, that doesn't make me a bad Packer fan. That makes me a sane person that doesn't like self-inflicted harm.
It's just, to me, it's also interesting because every game was a cakewalk, according to you. The first week, second week, third week, you weren't worried about the Cowboys. And so to go from this confident, positive, everything's great guy to a tie in a 40-40 disaster.
We were lucky to tie. We were lucky to get out of there. Lucky to get out of there.
I guess, you know what? Maybe you have great compartmentalization skills.
What do you mean? I mean, we were lucky to get out of there. We all saw it yesterday, talked about it on the broadcast as well on Sunday, is the fact that had the ball not hit people and the ball sailed out of bounds and the clock would have went zeros and the Packers would have lost on that nonsense and disarray at the end of the game.
Would you still have gone to sleep in 45 minutes?
I would have been so upset. I probably would have went to bed even more angry. I don't know. I probably would have had to walk around the house, moved around a little bit. I would have been upset. We stole a tie. And it sounds terrible to say. We stole a tie because our coach was playing or coaching too damn soft.
800-990-3776 is the Carbless talk and text line. Liz is more. Tim off the bat here. Kyle is one of the most bandwagon fans there is.
Tim,
again,
you a lie.
That's Tim's words, not mine.
Tim is a lie.
Who
is Tim?
Great job getting the YouTube stream up so people could see Kyle dressed like he's going to court.
The boy did go to court today.
Really quickly here.
Don't put too much of my business out there now. You can put it out. Don't go too deep into the conversation.
I'm not going to go too deep into the conversation. Kyle went to court over parking tickets.
Sure did.
When did you go to court?
Virtually.
Was that why you missed show prep?
Yep.
No, that's not why I missed show prep. I was missing show prep because of the fact that I have a meeting with Gwen Moore coming up on Thursday, a representative who represents the area that you vote in. And you vote in as well. So, yeah, I'm trying to advocate for broadcasting. So that's why I missed the meeting.
And that's supposed to make us feel better that you skipped us?
I got to do my civic duty, y'all. And I have jury duty coming up, too.
When?
Is next week the 7th?
Yeah, that's next week.
Wow. Got jury duty.
Did you get selected, or do you don't
know yet?
I pray the Lord. I pray the Lord. Guilty.
You can if you're part of the jury selection, because I did have jury duty two years ago. I did a horrible job of getting myself out of it, but part of me is happy that I did my civic duty to see the criminal trial through. And
I've been there, done that. Don't want to do it again.
Wow.
Don't want to do it again.
But you're worried about advocating for everyone from a broadcasting standpoint, but not standing up and doing your civic duty.
See.
All right.
Getting y'all ready for Bad Bunny.
There you are, just picking and choosing what's right for Kyle in the moment. You can get us on YouTube at ESP Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. I found it fascinating hearing from Evan Cohen, the host of Unsportsmanlike. Mornings on ESPN Wisconsin, 5 to 9 on ESPN Madison, 5 to 7 leading into Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on ESPN Milwaukee. Join Willie and Tausch as he does every Tuesday at 9:30 and posing, I would say, again, I'm not going to lead the witness. I'm really bad at that. So I'm just going to let Evan Cohen speak for himself from Willie and Tausch. Say that again, Trophy.
Which cut do you want? I've got more than one.
Let's hear
You don't want to lead the witness. You need to lead the producer, though.
Evan Cohen on what this trade could mean for the Green Bay Packers.
Is it on the table, and I cannot believe I'm asking this question, is it on the table that the Packers missed the playoffs?
No.
Not on the table at all?
No.
Okay. Is it on the table that they're one and done in the playoffs?
Yes. Yeah, I think you could put that on the table. You could put that with pretty much everybody.
Okay. So is it on the table that the Cowboys could actually win the trade this year?
That was Evan Cohen on Wilde and Tausch this morning. Lots on. Is it on the table?
Why are we? Why?
Is it? I think it's Palmy.
Dude,
I think it's prisoner of the moment.
The Packers defense got torched, and I blame a lot of it on Jeff Hafley. I think Devontae Wyatt being gone really hurt the depth of that defensive tackle position. But at this point, after Michael Parsons he played well the last game. I mean, they did a great job to neutralize him. Losing the trade, we got Michael Parsons locked up for many years to come. Michael Parsons is still a menace on the defensive line. Like the other guys did.
He was still the highest graded player all of week 4 from Pro Football Focus.
So I mean, no, we're not losing the trade. No, and neither are the Packers losing or missing the playoffs either. We gotta stop with this overreaction. We got to. Let's not put any of that juju out there. The Packers ain't missing the playoffs, and the Packers ain't losing that trade with Michael Parsons. There's no way the Packers are losing a trade with Michael Parsons. It's already won. It's done.
Dr. Denver Dan chimes in on YouTube. Evan is so dramatic. He's more TMZ than a reporter.
Damn. Screenshot that and send it to Evan.
Please do. I would love for Evan to hear that one. Look,
I'm making it sound like you said it, though.
sure. Yeah. Just cut the Denver Dan. Denver Dan, I appreciate the comment, but it will be more fun to get them all riled up because I think that is way too strong. It's not on the table. It's not on the table that the Packers would lose this trade. We still have evidence of what this team was through 3 games defensively. And so to utilize the Cowboys game as a way to talk about losing the trade to the Cowboys when you know against the Lions what you're able to do, against the Cowboys and the Browns without the gift from Jordan Love, how this defense was able to play. Can you question the performance against the Cowboys? Absolutely. But I think it's completely unfair to Jeff Hafley. Am I thrilled with the performance and the non-adjustments and continuously rushing 4 and not blitzing, sitting back in the zone where they weren't getting enough pressure? We can have that conversation. But if Evan wants to have that conversation right now, it's completely unfair to Micah Parsons and the Green Bay Packers through 4 weeks. Yep. There are so many other variables and elements that have led this team to 2-2. It has been the timeliness of turnovers. It has been the game management of the head coach, and it has been the absolutely horrendous special teams moments that this team has had through 4 weeks. There's way too much blame to go around to pick at the trading for Micah Parsons that throughout the entire season will pay more dividends than Jerry could ever make magic with whatever picks they get from the Green Bay Packers in the first round.
Listen, I'm not looking at Michael Parsons when it comes to anything because Michael Parsons still played his butt off and gave 100% maximum effort in that football game on Sunday night. But I think, Ben, you're absolutely right where the blame needs to be on or we need to be focused on other things. But I do think yesterday we gave Jeff Hafley a pass simply because special teams and Rich Bisaccia, they deserve to have all the attention, and Matt LaFleur and some of that poor game management decisions that he made deserve to have all the attention. But as we continue to look at everything, I do believe that we do have to point the finger at Jeff Hafley and his stubbornness and unwillingness to make the adjustment that need to be made, right? Your corners were getting cooked, and you weren't getting pressure rushing 4. At that point, you need to continue to make an adjustment. Now, to stop the run, you tried to put 5 guys down against the offensive line, and it kind of helped, but you still didn't bring enough pressure as you alluded to before, and you allow for Dak Prescott, Dakota to sit back there and carve us up. He was magnificent against the Green Bay Packers, and he's the reason why the Cowboys were able to win that football game. He elevated guys all around him to a tie. Well, I guess they didn't win. I guess it's a win for them, but a loss for me.
I keep saying it, and thank you to Matthew for holding me accountable. I think I've called the Packers 2-2 way too many times within the first 2 days after Sunday.
Because that's how it feels.
It does feel like that. And by next week, they won't be 2-2. I will have gotten that out of my system. But maybe for this week, for the sake of the argument, we can say they're 2-2 based off the way that Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur executed in overtime.
Yeah.
There was a whole lot of game, too. But I know the old adage, right? There's more plays in a game than at the end of the game. In overtime, it just still feels icky. I feel so disgusting just about the way that they went about that overtime. Bleeding the clock to the point where they were so worried about the Cowboys instead of worrying about how the Packers could execute when they were 5 for 5 in the red zone against the Cowboys with a hell of a lot of time left to go with the football. Mm-hmm. The teams have scored way faster with no timeouts than what the Packers had to do with their last drive of overtime.
Had a timeout and 3:45 left on the clock after they picked up that first down with Matthew Golden on fourth down. The Packers did not get the ball in the end zone because they didn't try. They had one pass to the end zone during that time, and that pass was one that almost lost them the football game. So, yeah, there should be a lot of frustration overall with that. But, again, with this Packers football team, the reason why this loss impacts us so much is impacts us so much is simply because of the fact that you feel like you have missed opportunities. You started 2-0, you beat the Commanders, you beat the Lions, and so now you have a great opportunity to maybe potentially start 4-0 against lesser opponents. You go into Cleveland and you lose to the Cleveland Browns. That sucks, but you had a great opportunity to rebound to be able to at least 3-1, and you weren't able to capitalize on that. That's why even though it was a tie, it still feels like a loss because you still have a lot of great teams that you have to play. I understand Minnesota ain't the same Minnesota Vikings of last year because they don't have a very good quarterback situation happening right now. We know that the Lions seem like they have found their footing. The Baltimore Ravens still got Lamar Jackson and they still got Derrick Henry. That's still a very good football team. You still have the Philadelphia Eagles that are undefeated. You still have all these games that are going to be toss-up football games in front of you. You got to take care of business against the lesser opponents, and they failed to do that the last 2 weeks, and that's why we feel like this game may have been a loss, even though it wasn't.
You're bringing up the Lions, and it gets me thinking about the last 4 weeks and what the Packers have put on the field the last 2 weeks. Strofe, I want to get the pulse of two things. You choose if you want to put them all at the same time. Number one, I want the pulse of fans on Jordan Love. Because, again, this is the crucial year through 3 that we've all talked about of he's coming in healthy. They have a lot of talent on this roster. I know there's been some injuries, the offensive line, but ultimately he's the guy that has sat behind Aaron Rodgers. Didn't look like he played a part in the bad time management at the end.
Bulaga explained that very well.
He did. We'll get to that again. I hate to re-legislate, but he provided good perspective as a former offensive lineman who's been in those situations. The weekly pulse check on Jordan Love. Through 4 weeks, has he been elite, great, good, or average? Additionally, I do want to know from a poll perspective, and we'll ask you throughout the show at 800-990-3776, the Carbless Talk and Text line, do you consider the Packers in the same tier in the NFC as the Lions and the Eagles? It's hard to argue that they are, despite the fact that they beat the Lions. Because after the Lions lost to the Packers, they have continued their Lions ways. To the contrary, after the Packers beat the Lions and the Commanders, the Packers have not been the team that we've expected them to be after the success they had against teams that were allegedly worse in record than them and a worse team than them. Last year, they took care of all of those. The last 2 weeks, they have been a team that is not taking care of those like it did last year. So a couple things that I want to hit on throughout the show with all of you. I want to start with Jordan Love. It is year 6, year 3 as a starter, and I want to get back to what Brian Bulaga talked about with us yesterday. In that crucial moment, Matt LaFleur deserves blame. Jason Wilde talked about it a little bit, but I want to expand on Brian Bulaga and the urgency from the quarterback getting his guys ready to go late in that game. 800-990-3776, Carbless Talk and Text line. We talk with all of you next.
This is Kyle Broston Nortman, KBN.
I can't believe she delegated the weeds.
I can't believe Brad just called my woman a cat.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
We have had great offenses around here for a long time. And we've sat there, can the defense be good enough? And we have #fired every coordinator on defense we've seen.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
We don't need no more fire. The hashtag guys, because Jeff Hafley ain't going to get, you're not going to get hashtagged with Half because he's been an absolute home run hire.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Home buyers are raving about their experiences with the Citizens Bank mortgage team.
Aaron helped me get pre-approved really fast, like before the open house even started.
I called Devin so many times with questions, and he always answered.
It's more than a mortgage. It's your future. And at Citizens Bank, we make it personal. Learn more at citizensbankwi.bank/mortgage. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender. NMLS 746419.
Your path to a degree should fit your life, not the other way around. At Lakeland University, you can personalize every part of your college experience. With a main campus in Sheboygan, evening classes across the state, and flexible online options, you choose how and when you learn. Just graduated high school, changing careers, juggling work and life, they've got options for you. You can even earn credit for experience you already have or for the work you're doing now, saving time and money. Start customizing your future today at lakeland.edu/ESPN. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, the Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. To book your next tee time, call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com. Enjoy golf. Enjoy the Bog.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
Now through Wednesday, save on 6.25 to 15.75 ounce selected varieties, Frito-Lay Doritos, Sun Chips, Ruffles, or Tostitos dip, 2 for $7. 24-pack selected varieties, Pure Life Water, $3.99. 14-ounce or 3-count selected varieties, Haagen-Dazs ice cream or bars, $3.99. 4.5 to 5.3 ounce selected varieties, Chobani Flip Greek yogurt, 2 for $3.
I am starving.
Oh no, never walk into a Century when you're hungry.
Unless it's free sample day. Ooh, pizza, yes. I'd love to try that one.
My husband thinks he can make a meal out of grocery store samples.
Need to wash this down. I think I see someone handing out samples in the liquor department.
Geez, can we focus on our list?
What's this?
It says you can win 2 tickets to Green Bay's home game against Chicago on December 7th.
Or autographed footballs, or a 4-pack of Green Bay Hall of Fame tickets.
You have to enter through Century's Facebook or Instagram.
I'll be entering this on my phone in the deli next to that cheese sample station.
Enter by November 12th.
The vibrant fall colors and cooler temperatures make for great days out on the golf course. The Island invites you to experience the best of fall golf with late season rounds at Sweetgrass or Sage Run. Fall golf rates run through the end of the 2025 season, with tee times starting at $75 and stay and play packages from $125. And submit your 2026 golf package request early to guarantee choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
You're listening to Kyle Broston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle Wallace, no Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe running the show. UKBN Nation, as always, can get in on the Carbless Talk and text line 800-990-3776. Couple polls out there on Twitter at KBN ESPN. ESPN, do you consider the Packers on the same tier as the Lions and Eagles right now through 4 weeks? Really early. It's about 50-50. And of course, I knew this would happen. They beat the Lions by 14, so yeah, is a comment. I understand that. But it's through 4 weeks. Not through 1 week, through 4 weeks. You haven't answered.
Yeah, I have not answered. And for me, I think, obviously, the Green Bay Packers are not in the same class as the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles through 4 weeks. I understand. I get it. We beat the Detroit Lions in week 1. Not only did we beat the Detroit Lions in week 1, we destroyed the Detroit Lions in week 1. But based off the last 3 games from the Detroit Lions and based off the Eagles finding a way to win every single game of this football season, something the Green Bay Packers have not been able to do, is whether they're down and come back or whether they're up and they put a team away. The Packers have not been able to do that. These Cowboys played this same Philadelphia Eagles team, and guess what? The Cowboys lost to them. So for me, how much I love my Green Bay Packers, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It goes the Eagles, it goes the Lions, and then it's the rest of us. And unfortunately for us as Packers fans, through 4 weeks, it is the rest of us. We still got a lot more season to go, but the Green Bay Packers right now currently are not playing in the same class of a Philadelphia Eagles team or a Detroit Lions team that laid the smackdown on the Cleveland Browns, who had to travel to Detroit, even though they slowed down Detroit's offense.
Yeah, I can't say that they're on the same tier based off the way that, I mean, as hard as it is, I think we're overlooking week 3 because of how long and crazy and how many things happen in week 4. But it is still inexcusable to be up 10-0 with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go and lose to the Cleveland Browns. That's still very inexcusable. And then to compound that with the wishy-washy, don't know if we're just trying to bleed the clock because we're scared to lose, or if we're going to go try and get a touchdown and make it even harder. I'm so turned off by the situational football from the Green Bay Packers that I can't put them in the same tier. The Eagles find ways to win, and they won the Super Bowl last year.
They sure do.
You know what I also watched? I watched Dan Campbell, again, show his culture and his identity going on 4th and 2 on his own side of the football up a score, or maybe it might have been up more, and still decided to put the game to rest. And guess there was a hold, and they still completed the pass. I'm just watching the way some coaches do things, and you can say you don't like that. I'm okay if you were like, I don't like the way Dan Campbell coaches his team. It's not for me. But at least as a fan of that team, you know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
As a fan of the Green Bay Packers, you don't know what you're going to get week in and week out from your head coach.
Yeah, I mean, you saw in this game where we talked about it before. At the end of the first half, you saw an aggressive coach and Matt LaFleur were decided that, you know what, even though there's 21 seconds left in the half, I don't have very many timeouts. I don't think he had a timeout to try to drive down the field, and all of a sudden disaster occurs and they end up scoring a touchdown. You saw that versus the risk-averse Matt LaFleur you saw in overtime where he decided, you know what, let's be conservative to make sure if we don't score this touchdown, we don't leave them with enough time. I said this yesterday. Matt LaFleur needs to figure out who he is, and he needs to stick to it. Matt LaFleur, if you're going to be the guy that's not going to go for it on 4th down because you have one of the lowest go for it on 4th down rates in the NFL as all coaches, then be that guy. Be that guy that says, you know what, I'm rather going to protect the lead and get out of this game with a victory than try to be aggressive and shoot ourselves in the foot and all of a sudden give up potential points. We're not going to allow for momentum swings. We're going to take the less risk-averse avenue, and we're going to make sure we're going to play the field and make them drive it all the way downfield. We're going to milk all the clock. Then be that guy, and let's just consistently do that. Don't ever change because of what the media is saying. Don't change because you feel something in the fans. Don't change because you're nervous about something. Be who you are.
But who is he? Like he's been here long enough that we should have the answer, because Matthew chimes in. I would like a mix of Dan Campbell and Matt LaFleur, somewhere in the middle. Like, that's just not how it works.
Yeah, I would like him to just
of course. I get it. I get what he's saying, right? Like the aggressiveness with the tactician, but also he's been here long enough for us to, like, the fact that we're asking this question is, I think, troublesome as the leader of the team.
You know the guy I like, the Matt LaFleur I like, and I feel like with this young team everybody likes to talk about, is I really like what he did against Dallas in the playoffs 2 years ago, where this team obviously had nothing to lose. They played like a football team that made the playoffs. They're a young football team, and they weren't worried about winning and
Do you
losing.
think they're struggling with the expectations?
I definitely think when they've had
because it's new.
When the Green Bay Packers had no expectations a couple years ago, where literally they won all those games to make the playoffs in the end, guess what they ended up doing? They ended up playing phenomenally, and then they went into the playoff game, and they took care of business. That's the type of team I want the Green Bay Packers to be. I want that team to say, you know what, we're going to go for it on fourth down. We're going to destroy you. But I just don't feel like that's in his personality, right? I think his personality is to be more of a mindful, conservative. You talk about tactician. I want him to be that, but I want him to be that within his belief of, hey, if it's fourth down from the 50, we're not going to go for it. We're going to pin you deep and make you drive the field against our defense. If that's the way you want to play, cool. Just be that guy. Don't go back and forth. If you're the guy that says, you know what, we just allowed them to score here at the end of the before the end of the half. Let's go ahead, take this knee, take it into halftime. Cool, do that. Be yourself, Matt LaFleur. That's what I want him to be. Is be the conservative guy he believes that I believe him to be.
Alex Strofe, you're a big Matt LaFleur guy. Fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Who is Matt LaFleur as a head coach?
I don't know that he's given us a great answer this season.
You don't really know. This season.
I don't know that's fair.
He's been here how long?
Through the entire...
He's been here,
since,
7 years, I think?
Since 2019.
It was his 7th season. I think he's a good offensive coach. I think he's a good play caller. I think overall he's good.
What type of head coach
what type of head coach?
So you mean that in terms of leadership?
Yes.
How would you describe him?
Are they?
I would say he's a player's coach. That would be my answer. He defers to his players often, which isn't a bad thing. Guys win that way.
But can this young team win that way?
That I'm not sold on. But TBD.
I want him to be. I need somebody to be a tyrant. I'm gonna be honest.
It wouldn't work.
I want somebody to be a in your face type guy. Look,
Dan Campbell wouldn't work here.
Why? Why
because
wouldn't
his leadership style wouldn't work here?
Why not? These are young guys. They'll just adapt to what he is. That's what you adapt to. When you're young, you're in the league. You don't know no better. Hell, if you play for
to the caller's point yesterday,
Sure,
Pat Murphy is able to work with young players and connect with them and coach them hard.
I would argue he's a player's manager.
But he also has an edge and isn't afraid to mix it up if you're not meeting expectations. Matt LaFleur can't even hold his damn associate head coach, Rich Bisaccia, accountable. How's he supposed to hold the damn team accountable?
And remember, everybody was asking questions about, the Lions lost their defensive coordinator.
I refuse to overreact on the head coach after 4 weeks. I just refuse to do it.
This isn't after 4 weeks. This is 6 years and 4 weeks.
Sure.
You have enough evidence to have a strong opinion about who he is as a head coach.
But he's overperformed and overdelivered in many of those 6 years. In 2023, despite the fact that the first half of the season was disastrous, he turned that team around and won them a playoff game.
Sure, then let's use the next 2 years.
Sure, last year they improved their win total by 2 games.
But you know that despite improving their win total,
yes,
their record and their performance against teams better than them is a bigger reflection than the win total.
Not necessarily, because I don't know how many head coaches in the league could have taken in a guy like Malik Willis in 2 weeks' time and won back-to-back games with him as their quarterback. And I think we have short memories when it comes to things like that. They don't make the playoffs without those 2 wins.
Sure, but what is it about Matt LaFleur that's going to give you confidence that he can win a Super Bowl? Because isn't it about winning a Super Bowl being a Green Bay Packers fan? You haven't won one since 2010. What is he as a head coach giving fans confidence in that he is the guy to lead them to a Super Bowl? 800-990-3776. I've yet to figure out anyone who could give me a straight answer as to why they believe that he is a coach who can do that.
My belief is wavering. I'm not going to lie to you. It's definitely wavering. And we talked about this before, I believe. At a certain point, you run your course. You get so many opportunities. You don't get to have an infinite time to be able to win a championship or a Super Bowl. That's just not the way that it works. If, like Mike Tomlin, the reason why Mike Tomlin still coached in Pittsburgh because they love to have that consistency, but also Mike Tomlin did deliver a lot of winning seasons, but more importantly, he won them a Super Bowl, which they're giving him a leash to be a coach forever long he wants to be. Matt LaFleur has not done that. He's yet to get us over the hump. Matter of fact, some of his decisions may have played a role in the fact that we have not been to a Super Bowl during his tenure as a Green Bay Packer coach, where we had Aaron Rodgers, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And so right now, I still believe in Matt LaFleur, but my patience is running thin. And a change may not be the worst thing at this point at the end of the season if we don't get to where we expect to get. It don't even need to be a Super Bowl, but we need to win 12 to 13 games, and we need to see ourselves in that NFC Championship game.
Well, as we heard earlier from Evan Cohen, who joined Wilde and Tausch at 9:30 as he normally does, one of the hosts that disagrees with Evan's stance of is there a potential that the Cowboys could end up winning this trade? I think we all agree that is stupid, and Tausch was the first one to jump on that. But I want to get into the conversation with Tausch because he played for both quarterbacks in situations where one threw a lot of interceptions that could make you go back to the sideline and scratch your head, and one
lot of chasing, a lot of running after guys to make tackles.
Too many times.
Got Chad Clifton hurt one time.
Brandon McManus, because of the poor special teams, had to make tackles. I want to know from Tausch what he feels like really was the missing link late in that game on Sunday night. Old team Mark Tauscher, Packer Hall of Famer, with all the knowledge in the world, joins us next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
I don't value that.
You don't
value much.
You don't.
That's not true.
No, that's true.
That's true.
You guys are coming at me a little too much.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. September is here and the kids are back in school. Vacations are winding down. And for a lot of us, that means one thing: time to refocus on the house. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no limit. And to make it even easier, you'll get 0% financing for 3 years. So no interest and no pressure. Don't wait for the first freeze to realize your windows aren't cutting it. Call 414-410-2000 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to book your free estimate today. You'll be ahead of the game, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Wisconsin Badgers men's basketball is heading to Milwaukee this December when they play in the Milwaukee Hoops Showdown on Friday, December 19th at Pfizer Forum. The Badgers will tangle with Villanova at 7 p.m. with UW-Milwaukee and South Dakota State starting the action at 4 p.m. 2 marquee men's basketball games, 1 exciting event at Pfizer Forum. Make plans and get your tickets now at PfizerForum.com/showdown. The Badgers headline the action on Friday, December 19th, and you don't want to miss it. Tickets are now available at PfizerForum.com/showdown.
We love the Packers. We bleed green and gold. And every time our team takes the field, well, it's pure football bliss. If only there was a way to experience that blissful winning feeling every day. At Associated Bank, we've got you with 10% off Lambeau concessions and 15% off Pro Shop merch. All when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank. It's how Packers fans keep winning on game day and every day. Associated Bank, Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Crispy chicken just keeps getting better at Cousin Subs. Try our crispy chicken basket, complete with 3 white meat tenders and a regular fry, a meal made easy. And for the little ones, our kids meal comes with 2 crispy tenders, applesauce, a juice box, and cookie. Just the right size for growing appetites. Made with quality chicken and ready to enjoy in-store, online, or on the app. But hurry, these crispy favorites are only around for a limited time. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
When it comes to joint replacement, you want the best care available. The Orthopedic Surgery Center in Pewaukee is a leader in joint replacement, offering same-day surgery with advanced technology. Their team of experts specializes in knee, hip, and shoulder replacements, using the latest techniques to minimize pain and recovery time. By choosing them, you're choosing a center focused on providing specialized care tailored to your needs. The team at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin can get you back to what matters, living pain-free.
And their prices are more affordable than urgent care or the ER. And they'll send a full report to your primary care doctor. Why wait at the ER? Walk in to Ortho ASAP for faster, more affordable care.
Total joint replacement. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com. That's orthowisconsin.com.
Dave Spano from Annex Wealth Management.
It didn't seem like it when the season started, but we've watched the crew become a great team. We're just as proud of the team here at Annex. I'll put the Annex team up against anyone when it comes to what we do. Investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning. If that's what you're looking for, let's talk soon. AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button. In the meantime, let's enjoy championship baseball in Milwaukee.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I'm not going to sit here and panic about it.
Green and Gold Hall of Famer.
It's not apples to apples. For you, it is.
Solving the world's problems one day at a time.
Everybody doesn't grow and evolve at the same time.
It's Mark Tauscher.
Did you guys hang up on me, or am I hanging up on you?
On Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Joining us now on Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin with Ben Brust and Kyle Wallace is the Packer Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher, Old T. Listen, Old T and Jason Wilde on Wilde and Tausch 9 to noon across these various stations. What's going on, Tausch?
Good afternoon, boys. How are we?
Doing well. Was interesting to hear Evan Cohen on your show, Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike, bring up the potential question that is it possible that the Cowboys win this trade? That's a no from me, dog, and you were pretty quick to say no on that one, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I understood why he would ask the question, and I guess if you look at it from the perspective that the Dallas Cowboys get some, stalwart player, and they end up trading picks and build it out like Herschel Walker and get some star at 29 or 32 or wherever the Packers end up picking, you could maybe make that case down the road. But if Green Bay finds a way to win one championship with Micah, it's already a no-brainer. And if they have great success and are knocking at the door every year, it's going to be hard. I'm going to be hard-pressed to ever look at this. Unless Micah gets knocked, I don't see any way that Dallas ends up winning that trade. And I'm not sure where Evan even came from, and the fact that we're only 4 games into this whole Micah Parsons experience.
It was palmy of him, to quote you.
Very palmy. Very palmy.
Tausch, it was interesting talking with Brian Balaga briefly yesterday at the end of our show because we used to do a pie chart of blame back in the day. And
I like that.
Yeah.
Why'd you get rid of that?
Might bring it back in a different way. And I did go see Appleman at his orchard, who was the originator of how we got to that. In specific to the overtime period, because there was time, and I understand bleeding it out and not wanting to give time to the other team, but it felt as if the lack of urgency to get to the line, and Brian let out some frustration of get to the line. We used to be able to maybe get guys to jump off sides and get a free play and the clock would stop. There was just so much that was frustrating that I want to know from you. Is it more on Matt LaFleur or Jordan Love? And maybe you can put percentages on it from a pie chart perspective. Who does that, late game execution fall on most?
I mean, I think if you're pie chart blaming it, I'd put more on Jordan than I would Matt. It's obviously both. The scenario was really unique, and I know there's a lot of fans. I'm sure you guys are getting people calling into your show that are kind of done with Matt LaFleur. I know there's been a lot of that in the last couple of days, and the clock management piece is I don't think Matt LaFleur is a bad clock manager. I thought Mike McCarthy struggled at it. I don't think that what we saw on Sunday is totally unique. You probably will watch 60 more Packer games before you see anything in that, because there's so many variables that were in play that it was hard to understand. You don't want to give the ball back if you end up kicking a field goal. The play that really did it in was the Charlie check down to, I think it was Wilson, and he got tackled in bounds on second down with 28 seconds left. You're there in a situation, you can't go spike the football, and you can't really just go run another play, because at best you're snapping it at 17, 18 seconds. And let's say you get tackled in bounds. Now do you have all your field goal? Can you go execute a fast field goal, which every one of us has practiced a ton of times? Can you execute that in 12 seconds? I don't know. So you got put in a spot where there was a ton of indecisiveness, and it was because of that throw to Emmanuel Wilson. And it's easy for me to say, well, don't make that throw. You got a guy draped over you, and you can't take a sack. But that throw really set in a row that bad things were going to happen because there wasn't what was the right play after that other than throwing it into the end zone? And if the ball falls, you kick the field goal. You don't want to give Aubrey 30 seconds because he's seen that he can kick 65-yard field goals, and we saw what the special teams did. So I don't chalk this up as anything, but that check down to Wilson is what set that whole thing in motion and made it look like they didn't know what the heck they were doing.
Yeah, Tosh, my biggest thing is I felt like the Green Bay Packers didn't have a sense of urgency after they picked up that fourth down conversion where they gave it to Matthew Golden. I felt like at that point they didn't have a sense of urgency because they were so focused on if we end up with a field goal, we don't want Brandon Aubrey to be able to kick a field goal versus saying, let's go win this game. Like that seemed to me that was something that bothered me.
I think that is very fair criticism because there was when did he pick up the first down?
3 minutes and 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in the overtime.
Yeah, so there's plenty of time. You still have a timeout. And I do think instead of the mentality, and coaches need to plan different, scenarios, right? It can't just be, well, just go down and score and win. Well, that's every time. That's the goal. Yeah. But after you get that first down, I do think there was too much brain power being thought into, let's make sure we don't give them the ball back. You have a set of fresh downs. Now, if it gets to be third down, then you start thinking about that, and then you could say, well, it's too late because now you're going to give a minute and a half instead of 20 seconds. So you have to be thinking of all these scenarios. But it did feel like to me, I agree with you that it just felt as if you played not to lose more than you went, let's go get a tutter and just win this thing outright and be done with it.
Well, Tosh, with that, what are some of the positive takeaways from this tie, right? What do, like the team as a player, when you go back and you look at this film and you look at this team and moving forward to 2 weeks from now, what are some of the positive takeaways you get from this tie?
Well, your defense had a really tough game, and everybody has been saying, myself included, this is a defensive-led team, and the offense has struggled. You ran the football better. Jordan Love looked awesome. He threw the ball well. The receivers made plays. You can take that, and for as disappointed as everybody was that the Packers, tied, in the grand scheme of things, it is better than a loss. So I think we all had anticipated that this was going to be a big win and that the offense was going to be great. The offense was pretty good. Nobody thought that the defense would struggle to the way that it did. So defensively, I don't think there's a ton of things that you're going to take away from a positive standpoint. Special teams, obviously you're not. But I think offensively and the fact that you salvaged what could have been a really brutal loss into a tie, I mean, you have to try and find the positives when, things don't go the way that you had anticipated.
Mark Tauscher joining us here, Old T, on Kyle Brust-Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Tausch, as I continued to think about Rich Bisaccia, back-to-back weeks where there's more than one special teams blunder. We're watching Brandon Aubrey not even affect the game with 60-yard field goals, but how precise he was in kickoffs. And the Packers having to start at the 20. And to the contrary, Brandon McManus is having to make tackles. A blocked field goal last week, a block extra point leading to 2 points this week, which actually had a very huge impact on this game. I know he's an associate head coach, and LaFleur has him as his guy. Calling for firing.
What are you asking?
Calling for firing is
you are
hard.
The fire guy.
No. You didn't even let me finish my question.
Yeah.
Calling for firing midseason, I don't know what the benefit is, other than for Matt LaFleur, who is a guy with Ed Policy as the president, doesn't like lame duck coaches. Do you want your name attached with Rich Bisaccia, who's not helping you win football games right now?
Benny, are you getting timid? Because it feels like you called for Paul Chris' job. You basically were calling for Luke Fickell's job a couple weeks ago.
And now
you're not going to call. You're not going to call for Bisaccia's job. Is that what I'm hearing?
This would be the fairest one yet, Benny. Just do it.
I was trying to ask you a question about your thoughts because it's less about me. This is Tausch masterclass deflection back onto me because he doesn't want to answer if Bisaccia should still be a part of the team or not.
It's your show.
And you're our
fired
guest.
guy.
I'm welcoming you into our home to answer the question
You're
about
the
Rich
fired-
Bisaccia.
And I appreciate it. It's nice. You have the welcome mat out and everything.
Shoes on or off?
You're the fired guy. What are you doing with Rich Bisaccia right now?
I hate this right now.
What are you doing with him?
He gone.
What are you doing?
He's gone. It's unacceptable. That is unacceptable play from the special teams. He was brought in after they were 32nd. They were only 22nd in special teams because Keyshawn Nixon had a good year. They took a big drop off the next year when he didn't have the returns. They're not good enough on special teams. He paid $2.2 million to be a special teams coach and an associate head coach. It's not good enough. And Matt LaFleur is attaching himself to that, and that is a bad look for Matt LaFleur.
Thank you, Tausch. Thank you, Tausch. Thank you, Tausch.
I don't know why did that?
I wanted your opinion. I wanted your opinion.
So I'm not fired, guy. If you were going to do that, I thought you'd do it in the offseason because you can make a really good claim that when you look at the 3 years that Rich Bisaccia has done special teams, you mentioned Keyshawn Nixon was a great return. He had a really nice, and then he says, I don't want to return kicks anymore. Things have not been good enough. I mean,
he threw Matthew Golden out there who's never even caught punts in his life.
Yeah.
And then they threw a guy with a Guardian cap out there, leaving him for dead. I mean, the decision-making is outlandish.
Yeah, it has not been a good run for Rich. Like, it just hasn't been. And then the question is, what are you going to do and how is it going to be better? Because it can't just be fire guy. It has to be, how are you going to make it better? And sometimes making a change gets everybody kind of bowed up. But Matt LaFleur felt like in the offseason that Rich Bisaccia is his guy, and he is here. The problem I have is you have a really good kicker and a really good punter. Everything else on special teams does come down. That's a coaching technique and understanding what you want done. And right now, obviously, the last 2 weeks have been really bad. Rich needs to get it rolling because the last thing you want to do if you're Matt LaFleur on a year-to-year contract is if your special teams cost you like it did in that playoff game a couple of years ago against San Francisco.
It's going to come back to him.
It ain't going to. There's a lot on the line when you decide what you want to do with your coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
Tausch, anything for us? I tasked you with that last week.
I did. Yeah, Benny, help me understand the Kirk Penny, Davidson. Like, can you help me understand what's going on here?
Kirk Penny, I believe, wants to be closer to his family in New Zealand. Totally respect that. What is interesting is Brad Davison, not Davidson, as you had said, Tausch, was currently playing. So that's
I thought you welcomed me into your home. Do you always like tell your guests all that they're doing wrong? Couldn't you just let that slide?
We're facts only, Tausch. Here we have a high standard of content.
That you guys have a really stringent fact checking.
Yes,
That's fair.
yes. I know you forgot. I just want to revise the thought process there.
Yep, beautiful.
I think what Kirk Penny's done to help this team cannot be overstated. And these are huge shoes to fill.
Yeah, they are.
He was huge in the transition of what this Badger basketball program is doing offensively. With no coaching experience from Brad Davison, I think you have to trust Greg Gard and the staff have learned enough and have I know that he's going to want to involve Kirk. It's an interesting thing for me. I can't give you an answer if it's a good move or bad move.
He's the all-time three-point leader in Badger history.
In 5 years. Yeah. Are you trying to rile me up some more? Yeah.
He had more than you, Benny?
Yeah, because he had a COVID year.
You were the king. I thought you were the king.
No. I set the three-point record, and then all these young guys with 8 years got to pass. Check the percentages, too, while you're at it. And the attempts.
That's probably where you got him.
Yeah,
I just can't believe Benny has now got 3 coaches. Benny, you just keep. I'll tell you what, you are fired guy. Fired guy.
This is not fun, Tausch. No, it was really good. It was really good. I know I didn't really give you an answer because I don't have a great answer. It's a risky proposition to bring somebody in. He's really young. You had an established FIBA Hall of Famer in Kirk Penny on your staff. To somebody who's ending his professional career. There's no way he could have the same impact that Kirk Penny has had. Can he get there? You got to give him time. But it's a downgrade because of how great Kirk Penny is and not knowing what Brad Davison's going to provide you from a team standpoint. It's just
By the way, we love
the facts.
We love the Bus family. They've called.
The buses are wonderful.
Can you believe that? I got invited to Davison's wedding and the Buss family wedding. How fun was that?
Yeah, Tim Buss is father-in-law, is a great guy.
I got invited to Kirk Penny's wedding. I think Mike Wilkinson. It's great when you get invited to former Badgers.
Tausch brought the heat today, guys. Tausch was really good. Oh, man, Tausch, really good stuff.
39%, huh?
Who?
You.
Yeah, 30. I've always rounded up for 40. What was he, 35, 36?
You were 39.3.
What was he?
How are you rounding up to 40?
Because I can.
It's a really good percentage. Really good percentage.
Yeah,
Give me a second. Hold on.
Consistent.
Yeah, you were open to a lot, weren't you?
No,
Yeah, but
no,
he was scheming that
never.
way.
It was so hard to play that stupid position.
It's only giving me the top 3 on this website. Trent Jackson from 87 to 88,
Hey.
number 1, 45% three-point shooter. You were second at 393. Bronson Koenig, also 393.
Oh, Bronson. Yeah, he hit some clutch ones.
This is single season, though.
Speaking of numbers, 0% for 5 years. That's what Gina Della from Pella will give you. Gina Della from Pella is the absolute best. Go to PellaWI.com. The vision for them is to help make your house that much better from an energy savings, from a aesthetics, from a home value. And you can do with them if you order by the end of the month, which is today. So I would give them a call and say, hey, I've been listening. You guys provide something amazing. Tausch talks about it. Ben talks about it. And I've experienced it in my whole first floor. PellaWI.com. They provide that professionalism to your house that you deserve, and they work with you to figure out what is best for your life. PellaWI.com. Order by the end of the month. 0% interest for 5 years. Yes, Alex Strofe.
I gave you too much credit. You were actually only a 38% career for 3-point shooter.
Oh, that's because my freshman year, I think
38.7 in your career. You were 5th all-time in makes. Brad Davison, as you mentioned, is number 1. Only a 35% shooter. So
see, if I shot that many times, I would have 400
Yeah,
threes.
836 attempts by him, only 607 by you. He had you by over 229 attempts.
That's what one extra year and a worse percentage will get you. Look, he's going to be great from a having his presence back from the program, but Kirk Penny was he is a basketball legend worldwide, and he was working directly with this team. So I'm glad Tausch asked that.
Can he coach remotely, virtually?
I think he's going to watch film and obviously stay involved, but he's got family in New Zealand. He wants to be
Bring
with
him
family.
to America.
Coming to America, great movie. Not Kirk Penny though.
What are we doing?
You said you have something to read me on the other side. I wonder what this nugget from Alex Strofe could be. We'll find out all together next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
I put my card in, I pump. When it clicks, I pull it out, I put it away, and I move on to my own.
That's what she said. Thanks so much, Olte.
She pumps and moves on with her life.
Take it out, put it in, moves on.
That's what she said.
Come on, Kyle. Keep up. That's Packers Hall of Famer. That was one of my better ones, and he's confused.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The Marquette family is hurting. 2 men's lacrosse student athletes were tragically taken far too soon in an accident that has shaken the entire community.
In the face of unimaginable loss, this team continues to show strength, love, and resilience,
embodying what it truly means to be part of the Marquette family.
Now they need us.
You can support the team through the Men's Lacrosse Excellence Fund, with every dollar going to help them during this time of unprecedented challenge. Find the link to help pinned to ESPN Milwaukee's Twitter page.
We are Marquette.
It's a bird bash at Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to $50,000 cash in the Bird Bash game show. Just play with your rewards card this October for a chance to win. Wouldn't you like to rake in a huge pile of cash? Bird Bash, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info at potawatomi.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
Catholic Memorial Football.
Barreling towards the end zone, and he's in! Isaac Miller!
The Crusaders welcome in New Berlin Eisenhower this Friday for homecoming.
All the way into the end zone! Camden Shumpert!
Crusaders football is brought to you by R&R Insurance, D&M Accounting and Consulting Services, Curative Care, Home Sealed Exteriors, and Tony Wendorf and Associates. Tune in Friday at 7 on 94.5 ESPN and the live video stream at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Hey, it's Gabe Neitzel from ESPN Milwaukee's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. The crew, they're in the postseason, and you can still get swings inside the ballpark at X Golf at American Family Field. If you're heading to the ballpark for any of the Brewers postseason games, make sure you stop up at X Golf on the club level. Their pro, Andy Barrett, going to be running fun games all throughout the postseason, plus check out their exclusive drink and food menu. It's all at the X Golf inside American Family Field, and you should be checking it out during Brewer postseason games and get in on the fun.
Hey everybody, this is Stephen Bauer, CEO of the Guest House of Milwaukee. You know, homelessness isn't just a number. It represents our neighbors and our community. At Guest House of Milwaukee, we've spent decades helping people find stability, housing, and hope. On Thursday, November 13th, we invite you to our gala, A Night of Hope and Dignity. It's a night to stand with those working to overcome homelessness and those who support them. Join us. Tickets are available at guesthouseofmilwaukee.org, and together we can change lives.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9. Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out the best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Love, Jacobs, McKinney, Golden, and now Micah Parsons? This year's gonna be fun. Now's the time to set a game plan for your Green Bay and Wisconsin pigskin parties. This is Marie from Discount Liquor. We are your football party beverage headquarters. Whether you need an ice cold keg, a bottle of your favorite wine, a unique craft brew, or hard to find liquor, we have everything you need, all at the lowest prices in town. Come see us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow and Main in downtown Waukesha. Voted best liquor store again.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings.
Wherever you're tailgating, we'll get you all set up with your favorite beverages. We're open daily 9 to 9 and Sundays 10 to 2. See all of our weekly specials at DiscountLiquorInc.com.
Discount Liquor.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
All right, Alex Strofe, you said you had a nugget for me. It's Kyle Bruston Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, UKBN Nation at 800-990-3776. YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Take it away.
Yeah, Packers head coach Matt LaFleur meeting with the media just moments ago. This tweet from Rob Domofsky. Packers coach Matt LaFleur said the final offensive play of overtime, quote, was like watching a slow-motion car crash in front of your face, end quote, and felt like, quote, there's going to be no time left. LaFleur said he figures that will be on teaching tape all across the league this week.
Love being
when
the
you're a bad
team
example,
when
yeah.
you're the team. Hey, look what these idiots did. Let's not do this. Let's be the example for the NFL.
Oh my gosh! What's terrible about this is I want to hear him say, "We're going to correct you so this never ever happens again." I can't believe I sat there and allowed for my team to sit there and jog back and allow 18 seconds to run off the clock.
I imagine he said that too. If he's implying it's going to be teaching tape around the league, I imagine that means I'm embarrassed.
How did we get to that point, though, Matt? Like how? But actually, I know how. Because I saw the lack of urgency that they had throughout the drive after they got the fourth down
And you
conversion.
mentioned it with Tausch.
I see how.
Once they got that fourth down conversion with Matthew Golden, which in the broadcast they said he made a double catch. It was a very clean catch, by the way.
Very clean. It did look weird on the first look through, so I guess I kind of get where they're coming from.
It's
regardless.
Really, it was so low, it was scary. I thought it might hit the ground, but it definitely did.
The urgency wasn't there, and to everybody's point, you score a touchdown, that game's over. They don't get another chance to get the ball. But I just the whole 28 seconds thing is still confusing to me. So you complete that shovel pass, whatever you want to call it, to Emmanuel Wilson. That's a second down. You're going to third down with 28 seconds left.
Mm-hmm.
So effectively, you get 2 plays, or you need a first down. Is the way I look at it. But then they let the clock run down far too long. Because if you kick that field goal with 7 seconds left, you're probably still okay.
Yeah.
Right? You literally get a kickoff return. I know we shouldn't have a ton of...
Brandon McManus would have made a tackle at the 50.
Right, but that would end the game still, regardless. I'm
Call
still,
him
I've
lip
watched-
service LaFleur because he gives us a lot of lip service, but I don't see a lot of actions, and I need to see some correction with this. I'm telling you, this football team, when they come back against the Bengals, I want them to come out firing and play with a sense of urgency. What happened at the end of the game is inexcusable, and it falls on, I know, Brian Bulaga said it falls on Jordan Love. He's not going to blame Matt LaFleur. No, I blame Matt LaFleur as the head football coach that allowed for those guys to think it was okay for them to be lackadaisical and lollygag, as Jason Wilde said, back to the line of scrimmage instead of sprinting to get back to the line of scrimmage. Aaron Rodgers would have never allowed that to happen.
To the line! Get your to the line! Let's go!
Figure out what we're going to be able to do.
All right, let's get the call.
They were moving.
Okay, it's that. All right, are you guys lined up? Good. Offensive line set. All right, set up.
He even made his comment about, I don't know if the guys didn't realize we were in 2 minutes or no. What do you mean?
All right, here we go. Just all right. Check. All right.
I think he snapped.
There we go.
He snapped the ball with 7 seconds left on the clock.
I think it was 7, and I said, "Oh my goodness, this is gonna be the last play."
We all thought it.
This is it.
We all thought it was done.
I literally leaned up in bed and I went, "There's 1 second. There's 1 second."
Yeah,
which I did not think we were gonna get.
It almost felt as if it deserved to be 0, but you don't care. You take it and you run. Right? Like if it would turn 0, it would have been like they kind of deserved it.
Again, that's why all that stress of watching that game and all the disappointment of watching that game, seeing a tie, you kind of feel like it's just like, oh my gosh, this is a roller coaster emotionally.
Somehow it's already way past this first hour's bedtime because we got to get to Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
Oh, that's right. He must be reading the questions. He didn't give me the questions. Yes, he did.
How about you look again? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look who's prepared an hour into the show.
Oh, yes, sir.
Great. The amount of grammatical reading errors that he's going to have because he's just going to work on these. 800-990-3776. Let's go with caller number. I'm trying to find a connection to anything right now. Brewers in 4. Huh? Brewers in 4, anybody? Brewers in 4? No? You guys aren't going to help me out?
Let's go. I'm preparing.
800-990-3776. Caller 4. We'll go with a lower number today. Caller 4 to play Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? On the other side, you're going to get 15 questions, 90 seconds from Kyle Wallace. If you skip, it'll come back. So we will see if I can get another win. I think I won last week. 800-990-3776. I did.
I wasn't here for it.
Caller 4, Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? On the other side, 800-990-3776 on the Carpus Talking text line. See you in 2 minutes.
Your path to a degree should fit your life, not the other way around. At Lakeland University, you can personalize every part of your college experience. With a main campus in Sheboygan, evening classes across the state, and flexible online options, you choose how and when you learn. Just graduated high school, changing careers, juggling work and life, they've got options for you. You can even earn credit for experience you already have, or for the work you're doing now, saving time and money. Start customizing your future today at lakeland.edu/ESPN. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
Penalty flags? Not here. Carbless is the clean play that every football fan can agree on. With 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and just 100 calories, you get all the flavor without the penalty. Whether you're tailgating outside the stadium, hosting a crew at home, or watching solo in your lucky jersey, Carbless brings premium cocktails right into the huddle. Made to be refreshingly delicious and game day ready, Carbless keeps fans cheering from kickoff to the final whistle. So this season, skip the sugar, skip the carbs, and make the winning call. Find your bliss with Carbless.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush, Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered with fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel. Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your your ideas leap to life.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman from 2 to 5 every day. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
It is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman here on ESPN Wisconsin. No Nortman. He'll be back very, very soon. Ben Brust is hiding out somewhere. Alex Strofe holding it down behind the glass as it's time for Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? Strofe, now these questions, I read them very easy to read today.
Yep, that's how I did them on purpose.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't have any tricky ones. But who we got? Barry here in Milwaukee?
Barry, Milwaukee.
What's happening, Barry?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. I heard you're a first-timer here, so you feel good about beating Ben Brust?
Love the show. Yeah, I used to love watching Ben play. My dad and I used to love to watch Ben play.
Yeah, I must admit, we give him a lot of gruff, but guess what? That kid was really good at basketball. Enjoy
love
watching.
the show, guys.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Here, we'll hit it, and we'll get to the directions coming up next. Go ahead.
For those of you who say Ben Brust is an idiot, here's your chance to be proven right. It's time to play Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? Presented by Lakeland University. Don't put your life on hold to earn your degree. Build a schedule that meets your needs. Lakeland.edu.
All right, Barry, you know how this goes. 15 questions, 90 seconds. You can say skip or pass, and we'll come back to it in the end. You feel good, ready to go, locked and loaded to beat Ben Brust?
Yeah, let's go. I'm ready to beat Ben. Ready to beat you, Ben.
Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. What's the highest grossing movie of all time?
Godfather.
How many colors are in a standard pack of M&Ms?
5.
Which American League team currently holds the longest postseason drought in MLB?
Colorado.
Which National League team currently holds the longest postseason drought in the major leagues or in National League?
Okay. I want to say Pittsburgh in the other one, and then American League, I want to say Oakland.
In the Bible, who built the ark?
Noah.
Who was the Greek goddess of wisdom?
Plato.
What is sushi traditionally wrapped in?
Seaweed.
Which band released the album Abbey Road in 1969?
Beatles.
What gas do humans exhale?
Carbon.
What is the capital of Italy?
Rome.
Who invented the telephone?
Alexander Graham Bell.
What do you call an angle that is more than 90 degrees but less than 180?
Isosceles.
Who sang like a virgin?
Madonna.
All right. What you got him down for?
I've got him for 7, but you and I need to discuss one.
Which one?
Question 9, what gas do humans exhale? I only gave me half the answer. I would assume we marked that wrong.
He said carbon. He didn't say carbon dioxide, which he probably meant that, but
he probably meant that.
I'll mark it down wrong. He was moving fast.
Then I've got a 7 spot.
All right, good job. Good job.
That's going to be good enough to win.
It should be. It should be. If Ben can get through all of these, maybe he can take some good guesses, but go ahead and get Benny Brust to come back in. Big fan of Ben Brust. Big fan. I wonder how Ben will feel when I tell him.
I just like that he said it when he wasn't in the room.
Yeah. What is Ben doing? He got music playing, all this. Ben Brust isn't coming back in. He's disappeared. A lot of stuff going on here.
Well, I yelled for him. I can check again.
I don't think he heard.
Might be listening to our friend Tori Lowe, who's going to join us at 4 o'clock.
He gets captivated inside the Tori Lowe show because, of course, obviously, Tori Lowe has incredible content on 101.7 The Truth. And here comes Ben Brust as he's walking in, probably either traumatized or shocked at some story he heard. What was the story? It was crazy, huh?
Every time it's crazy. Some crazy stuff.
Yes. Ben Brust. How you feeling, man?
Ready to roll against Barry and MKE.
Yeah, Barry liked you. I hope there's no answers on the hotline there.
There you go.
All right, sounds good. Ben, you know how it is. 15 questions, 90 seconds. You can say skip or pass, and we'll come back to it. Ben Brust, are you ready?
How did teacher Kyle do, Strofe?
He did good today.
Good.
And I had to adjust something on the fly.
Good for you.
All right, here we go. You ready? In 3, 2, 1. What's the highest grossing movie of all time?
Star Wars New Hope.
How many colors are in a standard pack of M&Ms?
5.
Which American League team currently holds the longest postseason drought in the major leagues?
American League team?
Yes, sir.
The Gardos?
Which National League team currently has the longest postseason drought?
Gardos played today.
Why are you giving
postseason World Series. Okay, go back to the question. Go.
Okay, which National League team currently has the longest postseason drought?
Oh, man. The Pirates.
In the Bible, who built the ark?
Noah.
Who was the Greek goddess of wisdom?
Poseidon.
What is sushi traditionally wrapped in?
Seaweed.
Which band released the album Abbey Road in 1969?
The Beatles.
What gas do humans exhale?
Carbon dioxide.
What is the capital of Italy?
Rome.
Who invented the telephone?
Alexander Graham Bell.
What do you call an angle that is more than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees?
Isosceles.
Who sang like a virgin?
Like a virgin. Madonna?
Who discovered gravity when he saw an apple fall from a tree?
Newton.
What type of blood do mosquitoes prefer?
O positive.
Oh, that boy was cooking. That boy cooked. That boy cooked.
All I do is
yeah. He locked in after
However, he cheated.
No, I didn't.
He attempted to cheat.
How?
Why are you smiling like that, Ben? Why are you?
Because I don't even know my final score, and I think I did great.
You got a 9 spot.
Yes.
Barry got a 7.
You cooked.
You said isosceles for the angle question.
Correct.
I see your face. You already know where I'm going. Stevie texted in on the text line about isosceles. I asked about an angle, not triangles. You both said isosceles. Ben read the text message and
Ben
used it
over
as an
here,
answer.
look at Ben.
Therefore, cheating Ben has been disqualified, and that counts as a loss.
Yeah, you are. Yes, Ben has been disqualified. That is a loss. That is a loss. He's disqualified.
So Barry, congratulations. You are smarter than Ben Brust.
Play the music. Play the lost music. Play the lost music. This man cheated. He cooked it. He tried to cheat.
I won without isosceles. Shame! Shame to me!
Shame indeed. Stroke, good job for catching.
I shouldn't have looked at you!
I
should have looked at the text line!
You cheated.
But, it's not my fault. The text line's right there.
Well, dude, you shouldn't.
This isn't the first time you've done it, man. You know to turn it off.
That's crazy.
Isosceles.
And
that's a triangle!
But Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust is brought to you by Lakeland University, where they have higher standards than I do. Let me tell you. Wisconsin's leader in flexible, personalized education. Whether you're just starting college, finishing your degree, or balancing work and family, Lakeland lets you earn your degree your way. Lakeland University, experience it your way.
Boy, oh boy, you cooked, but you didn't.
I should start a university.
All right, so Ben now 7, 28, and 6. Plus 1 disqualification. So does that count as a loss, or do we have to mark that
I think
separately?
you have to mark that separately.
DQs count as losses. When you get disqualified in boxing or something
That's on
like
you,
that,
Stevie.
It starts at, no, that's on you for
That's
looking.
on you.
You could have saw it.
Stevie on the
you didn't
Carvis
even listen
talking
to the
text
question.
line. No, you're right.
The question was, what do you call an angle that is more than 90 degrees but less than 180? Similarly to you, it is?
Obtuse. Nailed it, Strofe. How proud are you on that one?
Yeah,
Barry in Milwaukee, let's bring you on the line here. Do you feel good about your win?
I thought you took a lot of time, my friend. The clock kept going for you. I thought, man, the clock is up. So you're cheating somehow, I thought, for sure.
Now Alex Strofe is getting
well done,
heat.
Barry.
Now Alex Strofe is getting heat.
No, Barry, I'm glad. Take your prize. I'm glad you won.
So 7, 29 with an asterisk and 6. Now Ben in 2025.
I didn't even
Make sure you
need
put
it.
DQ on this sheet next week because he cheated. But let's go through the answers. What's the highest grossing movie of all time? Not Star Wars. Avatar. Yep. How many colors are in a standard pack of M&Ms? 6.
6.
Yeah.
It was 5 or 6.
Now, this is interesting. Which American League team currently holds the longest postseason drought?
I was thinking.
What was
I was
that?
thinking World Series drought. I didn't listen to the question.
Okay, because you said Gardos, and I was like, whoa.
I didn't
We
listen.
just had them on the TV.
You just had them on the TV. That's what you were watching the first hour of the show.
And-
I'm
but
now
then-
watching Padres Cubs.
But then I'm disappointed in Strofe because then Strofe just blurts in there.
I couldn't hold that one back.
So, which NL team currently has the longest postseason drought? You got that one right. The Pirates.
In fact, I think you could actually make the argument that Cleveland Guardians have the shortest postseason drought in the MLB. Given that
Very
they just
good,
played
Strofe.
playoff
Yeah,
games.
I didn't answer. I didn't listen to the question.
you paid attention in Bible school. You knew that Noah built the ark. Who was the goddess, the Greek goddess of wisdom? Athena. Now, you knew you must eat sushi. What is sushi traditionally wrapped in? Seaweed. Look at you.
I don't eat sushi. It drives my wife crazy because she loves sushi, but I always ask questions about sushi.
Can I
It
give you
scares
credit?
me.
You just called her your wife without calling her your fiance.
I've been working on that for
Good
the
job.
last month.
Very good. Which band released the album Abbey Road in 1969? Look at you, little
I
Beatles
was
guy.
shocked you knew this one.
Isn't that the
Yeah,
the white
yeah.
where they walk famously?
The white? You mean the crosswalk?
I got what you were saying. What gas do humans exhale? Carbon dioxide.
That's easy.
Look at you. Oh, the capital city of Italy? Rome.
Look at you.
No,
Look at you.
I'm proud of him. He started cooking. Who invented the telephone? You knew who that was.
Didn't see this one coming either. I don't think you had that.
He
in
got
your
that
bag.
one. He tried to cheat on this one. Just say pass next time, buddy. What do you call an angle that is more than 90 degrees but less than 180? And just don't cheat. You would have won, but you cheated.
Scaling.
You cheated.
Equilateral.
Who sang like a virgin?
Madonna?
Yeah. Good. And then you even got, you got
Pitch Perfect shout out.
Listen, who discovered gravity when he saw an apple fall from a tree?
Sir Isaac.
Yeah, and then what type of blood type do mosquitoes prefer?
This is why. When I said O positive, I didn't even know that was blood type.
I was type.
It is blood type.
Yeah,
but
it is.
I wasn't looking for something that specific.
But type O. I mean, you cooked.
We could have counted that actually, technically.
No,
So
I
it could have
would've-
been 10 spot.
Well, I give him a 10 spot because he said, which is impressive.
I give him a 0 spot. He was disqualified.
That is very true. How does it feel? I hope
You know what?
This is all like Matt LaFleur said. Lessons. This should be a lesson to all children. Don't cheat. Don't cheat. It's not worth it.
There's no cheating in sports gambling unless you try and do that yourself. But that's a
Well,
no.
to get in trouble. Ask
that's-
Michael Porter Jr.'s brother.
Yeah, that's a no go.
Jante.
No go for a lot of these guys. Speaking of the Guardians, they had a couple being looked at. But if you want to win big in October at Potawatomi, you can play the Big Bird Bash game show for $50,000 in cash. What would you do with $50,000 in cash? Take a picture, flex on the gram.
I would do a lot. Do a lot.
Just play with your Potawatomi rewards card for entries, prize drawings on Thursdays. Plus, your play also earns you a shot at $300,000 December season finale. It's a Big Bird Bash. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. For more details, visit paysbig.com/birdbash. All right, congratulations to Barry Kinda. I'm still very proud of myself.
Shouldn't be. You cheated.
No, I'm actually very proud of my performance. I made a immoral mistake.
Here's the thing, though. You are known for taking a cheating accusation to the grave.
Yeah,
you cracked immediately today.
Yeah, because anytime anyone accuses me of cheating when I don't cheat, I stand ground. When I
face.
actually cheated, I can't hide it.
Yeah,
That's
you
the
started
thing.
smiling. That's why I was like,
cracked
something going on.
instantly.
It's because you and I made eye contact when I said I saw sleeves, and I know you have the text line up, and you know what I saw. And I knew I was cooked. I was cooked. There was no talking my way out of it.
Oh gosh!
Wow.
Wait, so when did he bring the text line back? Because he threw it to me.
No, I saw it before
he threw it
turned
to
it.
you. Yeah.
Oh, you are a little trickster. Aren't you a little trickster? Why are you even reading the text line at that point, anyways?
Because he's trying to cheat.
Oh my gosh, he tries to cheat
No,
every
I
week.
want to know the pulse of KBN.
We have a couple texters that like to text in their answers along.
Like Chef Ed got,
which I totally get.
Chef Ed got a 16 out of 15.
Good
today.
for Chef Ed. Nicely done by him.
Crooked bid.
Colin Coward, is he a crook?
No.
We'll find out next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
Oh wow, north.
Spread Eagle is way north.
way north.
You're doing the thing where you don't know what you're doing.
No, it is, though.
We don't know where up north is.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We got an accident on 4394 southbound at National Avenue. It's off on the right shoulder just as you're getting off the high-rise bridge. Be careful with that. Otherwise, we've got slowdowns northbound on 41 from Mayfair Road up to Capitol Drive. Southbound's backing up from just south of Main Street all the way down to about Good Hope Road. Back on the brakes from Silver Spring down past Capitol Drive as well. And then on 4394 northbound, slowing down from just out of the Plainfield curve up past Beecher. Traffic is brought to you by Dick & Schroff Heating and Cooling, now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians. Join a winning positive team culture that sets them apart. Apply today at dickandschroff.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight, a few clouds, a low of 61 at the lake, 56 inland. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, a high of 70 at the lake, 77 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some. Why are you throwing? I don't want.
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way, I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Caldwell's. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no interest for 3 whole years. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga for Comfort Awnings. I reclaim my outdoor space by having Comfort Awnings install a motorized retractable awning so I can enjoy the sun and get relief when I need it. Sensors are also available that detect strong winds and rain to extend or retract your awning. They even protect against UV radiation so you can safely enjoy the outdoors. Family owned and located in Burlington, Comfort Awnings expertly installs custom awnings that fit your home and style. Right now, you can receive $250 off all awnings and screens. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com.
The dance of sunlight on water.
Shimmering, sparkling, beautiful, hypnotic.
Houses that overlook a gorgeous body of water are the most highly desired houses in the world.
The Bellamare collection of fine jewelry features classic white diamonds flanked and surrounded by rare and exotic blue diamonds.
Bellamare means beautiful water.
Bellamare, sunlight on water, glimmering and twinkling.
The dance is enticing.
The look is spectacular.
The impact is exciting.
Blue and white diamonds created in the heart of Mother Nature.
Will dance and sing on the body of a glittering, sparkling woman.
Bellamare. This blue and white beauty of sunlight on water
should be worn on the fingers,
the wrist,
the neck, and the ears
of the woman you love.
The Bellamare collection is available only at Kessler's.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Life's better with the home policy from American Family Insurance. That's because when you feel protected, you're free to enjoy your dreams. Listen, KBN Nation, from decorating a new nursery to hosting a family reunion in your brand new backyard, American Family Insurance, they got you. Simply go to amfam.com today and you can get a quote instantly online, or you can find an agent near you. If you're looking for home insurance or auto insurance, they got you. So always remember, with American Family Insurance, it's insure carefully, dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance. Visit amfam.com today to make sure you get what you need. What do you call an angle that is more than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees?
Isosceles.
He cheated.
No, I didn't.
He attempted to cheat.
How?
Why are you smiling like that?
I see your face. You already know where I'm going. Stevie texted in on the text line about isosceles. I asked about an angle, not triangles. Ben read the text message and
Ben
used it
over
as an
here,
answer.
look at Ben.
Therefore, cheating Ben has been disqualified.
That was ultimately the end result on Are You Smarter Than Ben Bruss? And no, please do not send in answers randomly next week on Tuesday to the Carbless Talking text line 800-990-3776.
As long as they're wrong, I'm fine with it.
I also will be closing the text line when I leave the studio, so I can't. And YouTube, I'm closing it all.
Oh, wow. Just now, huh? You get caught cheating finally. How many times have you done
Blames
this
everybody else.
How many times have you done this in the past?
This is extreme ownership.
Is this your
I'm
first
taking
time?
ownership over how I lost.
Is this your first time cheating?
Yes. In getting caught.
Why?
Okay.
No.
How many other times have you done this?
The integrity
Zero.
of this game.
Zero.
The integrity of this game is
Have you
completely
ever seen me
lost.
crack like that?
I've never accused you before.
And you produced Are You Smarter Than Ben Bruss has been a...
Wow, you're stuttering really. Wow, he is
No.
stuttering.
You were...
You are.
All right. I guess I'm not going to have the floor.
But you know what?
I sound like Kyle is what I sound like, a flip-flopper.
What's lost in this? Stevie, isn't he an elementary school teacher?
No, he was mad at the contestant for saying isosceles.
Oh!
So I just literally saw the word isosceles and was like, I'm going to give it a go. Let's
Bro, you are a cheater. Put his ass on the TV show.
For a stupid... It's not stupid. I uphold the utmost integrity in Are You Smarter Than Ben Bruss?
It had to shoot it on the other foot or some timing thing. You have been just throwing a fit. But I guess you did accept the cheating.
I did.
You just don't feel bad.
Hand in the air. Yeah, because I was very happy with my performance outside of that one answer.
Cheating when you didn't have to.
Didn't have to. Lesson learned. You know, you can grow every day, right? What's the saying that you like, Strofe?
Get better every day.
Get better every day. You know, get better every day. That's all I'm going to look to do here. And I want to go to Colin Cowherd because he had some words on how he believes Matt LaFleur is coaching this team. And really,
take a deep breath, Green Bay fans. You are still, for the third year in a row, the youngest team in the NFL. In the last 2 weeks, part of being young is you can't figure out how to close out games against inferior teams. You just can't figure it out. The Eagles, the Chiefs, the Rams, they got veterans. They close out those games. That playoff experience, that wisdom. Green Bay is crazy talented, but Matt LaFleur isn't a head coach. He's a chaperone. This roster is full of 24, 25-year-olds.
Matt LaFleur is a chaperone at a high school prom, making sure they're not dancing too close to each other.
No, I don't want a chaperone. I want the damn dean of students to be down there.
That's what he started out with.
Leader.
He started out with a little bit of something I take. I think a little.
He's wrong.
Yeah, a little. Not to heart, but it's just factually incorrect. Yeah. Like they close out inferior opponents. Now, did they close them out to the way that I think fans want Matt LaFleur to step on the throat? No, but ultimately, if you win those games, you win those games. Through these first 4 weeks, the last 2 weeks have felt iffy from a execution standpoint and closing out against inferior teams or finding ways to win against those.
The Packers, this is why it's so wrong, is that The issue that I have with this and also with this Green Bay Packers football team and Matt LaFleur and the fact that we started off 2-0 against really two good football teams, but then we lost to the Browns and we tied to the Cowboys is simply the Green Bay Packers figured out how to finish games last year because they did it multiple times. They won close one-score games against the Colts. They won a one-score game against the Rams. They did it against the Titans. They did it multiple times last year where they were able to pull out victories, whether it was against the Chicago Bears when it hit off the finger of a Green Bay Packers, I believe it was Kobe Wood and Carl Brooks, to win that football game. The Packers have shown that they know how to close out games against inferior teams. And so that's why there is so much frustration amongst us in Packer Nation, is because they may be young based off the age of this team, but you're talking about a quarterback in year 6 as being the starter of the Green Bay, or excuse me, year 6 as a Packer, year 3 as a starter. You're talking about a Romeo Doubs who had 3 touchdowns in his 4th season as a Green Bay Packer. You're talking about an offensive line that ain't none of them dudes rookies on that offensive line whatsoever. So for me, I am done with the excuse that they are the youngest team in football. Great by age, but not experience. The Green Bay Packers are an experienced football team that has won a lot of games. 9 games, 11 games, and now this year they're 2-1-1 with Jordan Love as the quarterback. They've made the playoffs in back-to-back seasons as well. They've won a playoff game in this. So for me, I don't care about this young and inexperienced. This cannot be an excuse forever. We got to get rid of that excuse. The expectation is that they start executing like guys that are veterans, because they are veterans on this football team. From Tucker Kraft to Jordan Love to Xavier McKinney to Keyshawn Nixon to Carrington Valentine. Everybody on that roster is a veteran, because most of them do we have a rookie starting anywhere?
Well, I would
Matthew
even
Golden, that's it?
I would even say for all of the young players that they have, the majority of them play significant minutes and have played significant minutes. It's not as if a lot of these guys were behind guys and they got limited snaps. Like, I guess you could say Edgerrin Cooper had limited snaps last year, but like he's not. Quay Walker has been here. Devontae Wyatt has been here.
He got hurt. They've got his second contract.
Lucas Van Ness, this is his 3rd year. Like, it's time to show what you're worth on a consistent basis.
Yeah,
because you've had enough opportunity throughout the last 3 years under Matt LaFleur. If you're the youngest team 3 years ago, 2 years ago, now this year, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, this year, you get what I'm saying here?
3 seasons in a row.
3 seasons in a row. Definitely could have just said that, and all would have been
It wasn't on the talking text line for you to cheat off.
Oh, wow, Kyle.
Pretty accurate.
It just hurts. Now you're coming at me at every way. The overall message I'm trying to say here is the excuses of the youngest team in the NFL need to end, and
throw it in the damn garbage.
Matt LaFleur, I don't think is a chaperone. I really don't believe that. I think he has to find a way to make sure that his players execute at a high level, and if they don't, it's still on him. But also, going back, Jordan Love has been in the league 6 years. He's watched late game situation. I know the overtime is new in terms of who gets the ball and every team gets the ball. That's not an excuse. You've been in the league 6 years. He literally was quoted from Alex Strofe saying, "We're going to be likely use an example for the whole NFL on what not to do."
That's embarrassing.
That's not okay. If you have aspirations to be an elite football team, that can't happen in any week, at any point, in any season.
Yeah, and actually, it's kind of unintentionally kind of a shot at Matt LaFleur calling him a chaperone. I mean, you're calling a head football coach of a football team a chaperone of a team. I understand he's trying to make an analogy with the youth, but again, I don't want a chaperone. A chaperone is a damn volunteer. A chaperone is a teacher. I want a leader, right? And so if you look at him as a chaperone, that means you don't have confidence in Matt LaFleur yourself to believe that he can be a guy that can lead a team to a championship. So again, the Green Bay Packers have a lot of improvement that they need to make, not to win football games, not to compete for the division, but to actually win a championship. Where they stand right now, based off the last 2 weeks of football, based off the poor game management, based off the lack of urgency, based off the fact that they're not finishing off these football games in the last 2 weeks, they are not championship ready. And what's so disappointing about this is that it just seems every time this Green Bay Packers team is up against this major obstacle of finally overcoming, They still can't do it. You beat the Lions, you beat the Commanders, we're all hyped up, and then all of a sudden you have these two letdowns back to back. Like the Green Bay Packers at a certain point have to get over the hump and then be consistent because we thought they got over the hump, but then they had these two losses where last year was you beat all the bad teams, you beat all the okay teams, but you couldn't beat the good teams. Now we don't know what we are. It's a hodgepodge of a whole bunch of nothingness.
I want to get a feel from the group here, Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, and Alex Strofe, on Matt LaFleur with a specific question that I will ask all of you at 800-990-3776 and KBN Nation as well on the other side. Kyle Brust-Nortman continues next.
This is Kyle Brust-Nortman.
And I'm like, you know what? Lola the Bunny was kind of strapped.
Okay, here's as far as I'm... All I'll be able to say is I get why Bugs was so love-drunk over Lola. I get it.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We've got an accident on 4394 southbound at National Avenue. It's off on the right shoulder just as you're getting off the high-rise bridge. Be careful with that. Otherwise, we've got slowdowns northbound on 41 from Mayfair Road up to Capitol Drive. Southbound's backing up from just south of Main Street all the way down to about Good Hope Road. Back on the brakes from Silver Spring down past Capitol Drive as well. And then on 4394 northbound, slowing down from just out of the Plainfield curve up past Beecher. Traffic is brought to you by Dick & Schroff Heating and Cooling, now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians. Join a winning positive team culture that sets them apart. Apply today at dickandschroff.com. And checking the TMJ for Storm King forecast tonight, a few clouds, a low of 61 at the lake, 56 inland. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, a high of 70 at the lake, 77 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga, 94.5 ESPN.
It's a bird bash at Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to $50,000 cash in the Bird Bash game show. Just play with your rewards card this October for a chance to win. Wouldn't you like to rake in a huge pile of cash? Bird Bash, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info at potawatomi.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
At Citizens Bank, we believe banking is more than transactions. It's about being recognized and remembered. It's feeling like you're understood and supported along the way. It's the small stuff that says, we know you. Because when your bank gets you, banking just feels better. Citizens Bank. Bank where you belong. Learn more at citizensbankwi.bank/belong. Citizens Bank is member FDIC.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Neck and back surgeries can be risky. Your spine deserves the best. That's why professional athletes choose Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. We can help you too. With the top nationally rated spine surgeons in the state for quality outcomes, you can trust the professionals at Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Get a second opinion in just a few clicks. Now offered virtually throughout Wisconsin. Visit nscwi.com. Whether you want to get back into the game or just get back to life, go where the pros go. Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Your spine health is our passion.
Pitch by pitch, inning by inning, game by game. Watching the Crew is a 162-game journey of grit, hard work, talent, and determination. Dave Spano from Annex Wealth Management, we're with you on your journey as well. Your hard work and money deserve a partner like Annex for your investment, retirement, tax, estate planning as a fee-only fiduciary. Take the next step towards retirement you desire and begin the conversation soon. Head to AnnexWealth.com and click the Get Started button.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
One thing I can tell you is you got to be free. Come together right now.
Does it feel like we're piling on Matt LaFleur right now? Does it feel like it's deserving?
Oh, okay.
Then let's do an exercise here on Kyle Brust and Nortman. Because this came up and it stayed with me. Kyle Brust and Nortman with you till 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock on ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Alex Strofe. Get us on the Carbos Talking text line, 800-990-3776, or on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Where is Matt LaFleur in the NFC North from a coaching standpoint? Because I will immediately eliminate Ben Johnson. He does not have a big enough sample size to be a part of this conversation. But earlier today, Dan Campbell would have won that game. And you know who's a hell of a coach? Kevin O'Connell.
He sure is. And right now, I'm
who are you taking?
Listen, I love me some Matt LaFleur, but I'm taking Kevin O'Connell. I'm taking my boy out there in Dan Campbell.
You can't say I love Matt LaFleur, then choose two people in the same division.
Listen. At the end of the day, those two guys have proven to me that they're a better football coach. That's what I've seen. If this Green Bay Packers
did the Minnesota Vikings win a playoff game?
The Minnesota Vikings did not win a playoff game, but I've seen
after
him
winning 14 games.
I've seen him be able to take quarterbacks with lesser talent because Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback.
Matt LaFleur took Jordan Love from a 3-6 record to the winning a playoff game.
I'm going with Kevin O'Connell over Matt LaFleur, and I'm also going with Dan Campbell over Matt LaFleur. That's what it is. I don't think Matt LaFleur, he has shown me enough that, listen, all three of these guys are very good. I think they're all in the category of great coaches that if they ever got fired, they'll find a job somewhere else. But what I've seen throughout these last couple seasons is Kevin O'Connell seems to just be a better coach. His football team was significantly better than the Green Bay Packers with a quarterback that was significantly, I think, not as good. Even though he's leading the Seattle Seahawks to a pretty good record, I don't think Sam Darnold's better than Jordan Love.
Defensive-led team in Seattle.
But I don't believe Sam Darnold's better than Jordan Love. But last season, the Green Bay Packers got swept by a Sam Darnold-led team. As a matter of fact, Sam Darnold was able to carve them up. And so I'm going to go with Kevin O'Connell and Dan Campbell over Matt LaFleur. Taking nothing away from Matt LaFleur, but those two guys are just better coaches.
Let's go to Derek at Lake Geneva. What do you got, Derek, on the Carbos Talking text line?
Well, as I just said, I feel Matt LaFleur is number 4. He's a sissy. And the reason I'm going to say that is this dude lost me in 2023 at halftime when we played the Redskins and Taylor Heilicke kicked our butts. If you can pull up the interview on the video, he looked like a little girl who got backed down by the principal and was going to start crying. I don't care for anybody that doesn't have the cojones to be more man-like and more like Dan Campbell or to be more infuriated or be like a Mark Holmgren. The reason we don't have the attitude on the team and we see Jordan Love just give the next man up and all this stuff BS is because he's just regurgitating what Matt LaFleur is not able to do because he doesn't have the intestinal fortitude to make this team tough enough to do what it needs to do to close out games.
So, Derek, real quick.
Derek,
if you were Goody and Ed Policy, would he be coaching right now for your team?
Right now, he would right now, but every time he goes up to the podium, he's throwing another nail in his own coffin, man, by crying and looking like a scared little girl up at the podium. Every time he says,
thank you, Derek. I appreciate it.
I can't imagine Derek running the team and calling Matt LaFleur into his office and say, I need you to stop being a little sis. Started her crying on the sideline while Taylor Heinicke is chopping us up. You over there crying. Boy, oh boy. He killed him with his word. He just took the knife and he just kept going and twisting and shoving it in. Oh.
He brought intestinal fortitude.
That was an insane call.
That was good. That's crazy. Listen, I don't have that disdain for Matt LaFleur whatsoever, but I do understand the frustration. God bless you. I do understand the frustration that a lot of people are having with Matt LaFleur because we're seeing the same mistakes, we're seeing the same issues, we're seeing the same type of guy over and over.
Matt, you on the sideline crying?
Crying? Yeah.
Are you going to cry right now in my office, Matt? Gosh, I think Derek might make Matt cry if they had a conversation.
Derek is a savage, boy. Derek is a savage. If they thought what we said was bad, boy.
Intestinal fortitude.
Yeah. Cojones. He said all the right things.
That boy was tiptoeing the line.
Yeah, he did a great job. He knew what he was doing. He said, I'm on radio. I'm going to hit all the things to let y'all know. I'm going to create a picture.
Strofe is nervous over that dump button. I can tell you that much.
Finger on it.
He's hovering.
Finger was on it.
Cody in Kentucky, you're on the Carvel's Talking text line after Derek destroys Matt LaFleur. Literally.
Well, good afternoon, guys. I'm going to go the opposite way. I think he's the best in the NFC. I think he's got the best track record. I think he's got a very great offensive mind. I think, the guy up with the Vikings, he might be better quarterback whisperer. But I think as it comes to play calling, I think we got the best guy. And all these people calling for his job, dude, it is game 4 that we just got done with. And just shy of Nick Saban coming out of retirement, there isn't anybody, current or past, that I would rather have than who we've got right now.
Current? Anybody? Current or past? Anybody?
I mean, Mike's got a track record, but I think we all know how that ended with him. It got stagnant.
Well, Mike,
and it was the same old stuff. Now he's got a fresh batch of guys. It might be different this time.
Mike
but I think LaFleur has the mind.
Cody, I do have a follow-up question for you because I am on your team. I think Matt LaFleur is the most proven head coach in the division. But is there any worry for you that it could get stagnant with him?
I think it does, and that was going to be my next thing. Do I think that policy not extending him means his butt's a little bit on the hot seat? Yes. And do I think that firing our special teams coordinator at the end of the year, or at least having to come to Jesus with him, would reverberate through the building as everybody to let them know that the urgency is there? There is stuff that he needs to do, yes. But I think 4 games into the season, I'm not calling for this guy's job. He's done too many good things since he's been there since 2019 for me to just turn my back on him for a couple of poor games in a row.
I don't think you need to, Ben, you don't need to throw to me. Cody just hit all my points. You're good.
I don't think you should turn your back
all them
on him.
things that he's done.
Yeah, I don't have the southern accent quite like Cody in Kentucky, but I'll tell you what, that man was cooking. He said everything really well.
The barbecue's cooking in Kentucky.
He didn't say everything really well because he did mention that he wouldn't take any prior coaches.
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy, by the 7th year, Mike McCarthy already had a Super Bowl ring. So, I mean, let's. I understand it got stale and stagnant. I mean,
what was it, a 6th year? 5th year?
It was his 6th season, I want to say, because he started in 06 or 05.
So that would have been his 5th season if it was 06.
06. He became the coach in 06.
I don't remember if it was 05 or 06.
It was 06. It was 06. And so, and he won a Super Bowl by the 2010-2011 season.
It was 5th season.
Jake chimes in on the Carvel's Talking text line. I will say this about our boy Matty. He does need to figure out how to handle certain high-stress situations because he does tend to go into safe mode.
Yeah, that's obviously a concern, and I don't want to dismiss anybody bringing that up because I think the last 2 weeks it's certainly been evident. And
if you lost in safe mode, lost in time.
I'm a little bit torn on who to blame more for the overtime blunder. I think that probably falls more on Love than LaFleur.
Again, pie chart-wise, even with talking to Mark Tauscher. I mean, he says there is blame to go towards LaFleur, but yes, the quarterback in that situation has to have the presence of mind to get everyone up there to the line.
That's not to dismiss other blunders by LaFleur in the last 2 weeks, though, because he certainly deserves blame for other things that went down in the last 2 weeks. But
I feel like as a head football coach, man, you're supposed to be able to tell the guy, know your personality, right? Know your personnel. And if you know Jordan Love's a little bit more lackadaisical, you need to light a fire under his behind and make sure that he plays with a sense of urgency and understanding the situation, understanding down and distance, understanding what we need to do to execute.
With the time left after you talked about that 4th down, there were times where there was stoppages in play where it's like, that's where my frustration is where was the collaboration between the two about the plan? Because whatever the message was, whatever happened after they had a talk on the sideline and then they had to go execute, it wasn't good enough.
They weren't going for the win.
That's where it falls on both of them, from a communication to each other and an execution on the field.
And so that is where a lot of my frustration does come from as well, is that I want Jordan Love at a certain point. He's going to have to grow up, and he's going to have to be a little bit more Rodgers-esque when it comes to, I am going to demand this is what we're doing. I want him to be able to yell at Matt LaFleur like you saw Aaron Rodgers kind of, look at Mike Tomlin this week and say, no, I want to go for it. I want him to have a little bit more of that moxie in him.
Well, if you're on the line, stay there. We'll get to you. I got to tell you about IKEA because they have so many great things in Oak Creek. Delivery, which helps you buy back time for you to do what you want to do around the house, like set up your purchase and relax and enjoy your new space without having to bring it home yourself. They have kitchen and design planning. Again, whatever phase of life you are in, they will help you out with whatever you need. Closet planning, you ever have that dream closet in your mind? They have so many options as you walk through IKEA to figure out what you need for your home. Again, I've talked about delivery now, kitchen design planning, closet planning, and assembly. They've partnered with TaskRabbit to help them come and put it together so you can get your to-dos done. So join the family program at IKEA and visit IKEA.us. Also go to IKEA in Oak Creek and see it all for yourself. Take your calls on the other line as we wrap up the ESPN Wisconsin portion, heading to the 414 Hour 4.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman.
That is completely unacceptable. It is unacceptable for a team to
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable. Is acceptable? Unacceptable?
Unacceptable.
Unaccessible. Wait,
what?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
This year, it just feels different.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Keep it to WTMJ as the Brewers fight their way to a pennant throughout the run of the playoffs. Brewers playoff coverage is presented by the Neurospine Center of Wisconsin and by Annex Wealth Management, Boucher Automotive, and Delta Dental. We are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
Let's go! You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Huge savings on Dell AI PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors are here, and they're newly designed to help you do more faster. They can generate code, edit images, multitask without lag, draft emails, summarize documents, create live translations, and even extend your battery life. That's the power of Dell AI with Intel inside. Upgrade today by visiting Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hi, I'm attorney David Gruber. After an accident, you need a trusted winning team on your side. For more than 30 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped Wisconsin families get the results they deserve. If you've been injured, call our firm today for a free consultation. We're available 24/7. Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit lakelandsupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and football season is here. Are you ready to make money betting on sports? Are you ready to make a winning decision? Are you going to gamble for fun, or are you going to gamble for money? This year, make that decision that will build your bankroll all year long. Go to FatJackSports.com, and for less than $100 a week, make money betting on the games. That's FatJackSports.com. It's a personal portal. It comes to your email. It's hassle-free. It'll make you money. FatJackSports.com.
The annual Catholic Memorial High School Open House is Sunday, October 12th. Become part of the CMH tradition and make plans now to attend from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on October 12th. Register at CatholicMemorial.net. Awarded for academic excellence, a rich tradition of athletic success, and an experience rooted in faith. Find out how your student can achieve more at CMH. Tour the school, meet the faculty and coaches, learn all about the opportunities available for your student. Register today at CatholicMemorial.net. Catholic Memorial High School, where you rise.
Back to school means back to savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. Right now, get $3,000 off your roofing, siding, windows, or bath project during their fall savings event. Don't wait. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com to claim your $3,000 savings and book your free estimate. Exterior Pros and Baths, Wisconsin's trusted home improvement experts. Trust the pros.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Join the Princeton Club for your better tomorrow. They have free childcare with their membership. They're open 24/7, and they have a community of people cheering for you as they get better, you get better. It's a great environment and atmosphere. You can have a strong community, a strong body, and a strong mind, and you combine those into achieving your goal of having a better tomorrow. And no goal is too small or too big. Simply get that tour, check it out. You're going to love it. They provide everything you need to be successful. So join the Princeton Club for that better tomorrow. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman with you. KBN Nation at 800-990-3776. Matt LaFleur has gotten a lot of criticism yesterday and today. We head on over to TJ in Chicago. TJ, what do you got?
If I'm going to be honest here, my opinion is very controversial. I'd say Rich Bisaccia is the problem, honestly.
It's not very controversial, TJ. He sucks.
What makes you think
he's
that's horrible.
controversial?
It's bad. Well, he's the highest paid special teams coordinator in the NFL, we should be getting a lot more out of him.
Hey, a question. I don't know this. Do your eyes work?
Yeah, my eyes do work, and
okay.
I don't think he should be the highest paid.
Yeah. I don't think he should be paid at all.
Obvious,
It shouldn't be here. I just want to make sure you weren't blind because I mean,
yeah.
Even a blind man can listen and know that Rich Bisaccia is a problem.
TJ, are you?
Yeah, I agree.
Do you happen to be the son of my former social studies teacher?
I do. Yes, it's good to talk to you again, Ben.
I saw the name on the call screen, and I was like, this is either a teacher coming to roast me about my Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust performance or a child of his that is now grown enough to call into a radio show, which is wild.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's been about 5 years since I've called in, so I had to voice my opinion. I've been very frustrated with
Rich
the Packers
Bisaccia
team.
broke you?
Sunday night was bad. Yeah, he's broken me. I think the Packers haven't been above 25th in special teams rankings these past 10 years, so I'm kind of getting sick of it. It's bothered me a lot.
Thank you for the call, TJ. Send the best to the family.
TJ, be controversial, because that ain't controversial. That's just factual, buddy.
Yeah.
As a guy that's the son
I don't
of
know
a
if we
history
need
teacher.
you running around telling people to be controversial. You do enough of that for all of us.
What?
Yeah, you.
Am I?
Who's more controversial, me or Kyle?
It's Kyle, and it's not close.
Wait a minute. Controversial here?
Not necessarily.
Okay. Well,
Just overall.
In general.
Oh, in general. Sign me up for some controversy, baby. I like the juice. I like the drama.
But you don't like actually embracing.
No, I
controversy.
honestly like to drop bombs and disappear. That's true.
That's so awesome.
Yeah,
just drop it in light and throw it in there. Run away.
Yeah, not my
Who
problem.
did that?
Not my problem. Y'all debate it.
Jim, Matt, and Molly, they're up next in Madison, the Damn Sports Show in Beaver Dam. We continue on in the 414 hour at 4. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, and we'll see you in 2 minutes.
We keep it alive, opinions clash, but the vibe will thrive. Sports and banter, a perfect blend. KBN's the show that never ends.
Still dealing with a couple of accidents on 4394. One at National Avenue off on the right shoulder, and then another one just past Beecher off on the left shoulder. Westbound 94 slowing from 17th all the way to about Hawley Road. Back on the brakes west of Highway 100 all the way to about Brookfield Road. Traffic is brought to you by Comfort Awnings. Extend your outdoor space with a retractable awning or screen like I did with my friends at Comfort Awnings. Custom designed to fit your home. Get your free estimate at comfortawnings.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, a few clouds, a low of 61 at the lake, 56 inland. And then tomorrow, partly cloudy with a high of 70 at the lake, 77 inland. Weather's brought to you by The Pickler in Menominee Falls. Try all 9 indoor courts with unlimited play for 30 days, just $30. Start your trial at thepickler.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga, 94.5 ESPN.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
Cold plunges, better sleep, a gym buddy. How do you know what has the biggest impact for an active body and mind? With BetterHelp, you can talk with real, qualified therapists, not AI. With a 4.9-star rating, BetterHelp understands mental wellness shouldn't be tougher than a workout. Their therapists can figure out what's best for you. And yeah, it might involve a cold plunge. Visit BetterHelp.com, code TIMEOUT for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com, code TIMEOUT.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Tune into the Rich Eisen Show weekdays from 12 to 2, right here on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. The 414 Hour on KBN is brought to you by Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's leader in Pella window installation. Looking for new windows, siding, roof, and doors? Visit them at sidingunlimited.com.
It's the 414 Hour at 4 on KBN.
He is Kyle Wallace. I am Ben Brust. We're joined now on a Tuesday by Tori Lowe. On a Tori Lowe Tuesday, Alex Strope's running the show. UKBN Nation, as always. Get us on the Carbless Talk and text line 800-990-3776 or see our beautiful faces on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Tori.
Hey, what's happening in?
I missed you last week, T-Lo. You missed me?
Of course.
What y'all talk about? Was they trying to talk bad about the Packers losing to the Browns?
No, we talked about a lot of things. You know, it was actually Strofe had an inspiring segment where he gave words of wisdom.
Oh God,
words
about
of
that.
wisdom.
Yeah,
life advice.
Life advice with Alex.
Were
Strofe.
they good words of wisdom?
No, it was a fortune cookie.
Tori, if I asked you to describe my session of life advice in one word, what word would you choose and why would it be?
Pow! I would say pow! Pow! We live in
Tori's got too much of a soft spot for this little guy back there.
Hold on, wait a minute. We living in a time where any good advice is good right now.
But how do we know it was good advice? It was
because
just advice.
It sounded
Get
good.
better every day is good advice.
Yeah. Now, every day is a new day to get it right.
Don't be the smartest person in the room is good advice. Yeah. Listen more is good advice, especially for you, Ben.
Wow.
Those are good thing nuggets to pass down.
It was just good nuggets.
I'm sure everyone tuned in to hear Alex Strofe give life advice.
Man, I should have stayed up to listen.
Hey, you missed good advice, but glad to see you back.
Speaking of staying up, I want to see how Tori handles the Packers after a loss in a weird tie.
Are you able? Tie. It was a tie, not a loss.
I said a loss in a weird tie.
Weird tie.
I just said at a weird time.
He's too quick to jump on you.
Well,
tie. It's a tie.
You need to listen more.
You know, I'll say this. I gotta look at it like this. We got out of Dallas without a loss, but we want the win. And you know what?
Did Matt LaFleur want the win?
That's what I was gonna say. And I went hard at Matt LaFleur at first, but then when I look back and looked at the games, the Packers were leading before a special teams mishap that switched the momentum. So I was wondering, who on special teams that don't want to block? Let me zoom into the footage and see who is responsible for the two mishaps on special teams that totally flipped the tide.
Yep.
In both situations.
Both
Jordan Morgan against the Browns, Luke Musgrave against the Cowboys.
Okay, so what are they doing? And let's say, we just got the field goal team out there.
Jordan Morgan stinks.
Right, we got the field goal team out there. I'm trying to get some Gatorade. I'm trying to relax for a second. Next thing you know, I turn around, somebody running past me into the end zone.
Hey,
I'm
I will say there is nothing worse. There is nothing worse, especially when it comes to special teams. When you sitting there, you done did your job either as a defense or an offense. Right. You gone off field, you scored a touchdown or whatever it is, and you on the sideline celebrate.
I got to use the bathroom.
Yeah,
I got to get a bite to eat.
And then you try to grab a little Gatorade a little bit.
No, there's nothing worse when you play the game of football when special teams ruin it for you. You sitting there, the Packers is celebrating a touchdown, and all of a sudden you look back. Wait a minute, where they going?
What happened?
Love done drove the team down the field to set them up for a field goal with not a lot of time left, and then all of a sudden you think it's going to be a chip shot and block. It's just like, what's happening? Special teams should not be causing you losses like this.
All you got to do is block. All you got to do is stand there. It's only one. Look, special teams, it's one kick, one block, and they're letting people come through the seams or getting their hand up.
So Tori, I want to know from you after, the Sunday night disaster that ended in a tie. How quickly are you able to move on from that and go to bed, or does it keep you up?
You know what? Somebody said I had a post. I made the post because I was trying to say that Green Bay is America's team. Sorry, Dallas. And then all of a sudden somebody came in and said, well, at least we didn't lose. Because we played great.
How late did you stay up after the game? Are you able to move on?
I think 3 hours. I think I was
up.
You
a lie. No, you did.
I was up.
You stayed up to 2 o'clock in the morning?
I was up.
That's like Alex Strofe. You were up till 1, 2 o'clock because your team.
Your team. You weren't up.
No, I
wasn't
wasn't
up
doing that. I was up there trying to figure out because I had a big post I was dealing with, and I got Dallas Cowboy fans that we have some history that we don't really like each other. So they was kind of
true fan, actually wearing the emotions of his team.
They was kind of not gloating, but they was kind of gloating. I didn't know if we were kind of not gloating and kind of gloating.
No, there's no gloating after the tie.
That's what I'm saying.
For the Green Bay Packers.
That's what I'm saying. I saw people that was trying to say, well, at least we didn't lose. I'm like, no.
Kyle went to bed at 45 minutes after. He's like, it's all good.
I went to bed by 12. I was asleep by 12:15.
No, Matt LaFleur definitely needs to come to the front of the Pack Nation and because his coaching methods in these games
He came to the front and he said, boy, oh boy, every team's going to be using what we did, that blunder we had. He said that every team's going to be using that as a lesson for everybody in the NFL. He said that, Tori. He said what my team did to tie the football game, the lack of execution, is going to be an example for everybody else. You don't want to be an example for everybody else when it comes to being bad. You want to be the good example. Be better, Matt.
The scheme was good. I mean, all right, look at the Cleveland game. It's almost a mirror, just different times when it happened. But if you look at before the special teams mishap, the Packers were leading. Then comes this huge collapse. It's like I thought I was deja vu for a second.
Yeah, it was deja vu.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame
Tori,
on me.
Last week you came in and you started the show by saying, I've nicknamed it the collapse in Cleveland. What are we calling this one? Disaster in Dallas?
I called this the Micah Parsons experiment.
Oh, but he was
because he can't. No. What I'm saying is, listen what Jerry Jones said. And he kind of gloated a little bit. He was like, "Well, we got our trade, they got our people, and that's that." So basically, he was saying it was an equal trade.
It's not.
It's not. But what I'm saying is,
don't fall for the bait.
Right,
He's an old senile man.
This is what he said. And I was like, he tried to throw shots like, okay, it was equal value because it was 40-40 tie. Like the Packers made the trade. Both sides got what they wanted, and it's even between the Dallas and the Packers.
So you go to bed and you're thinking about one thing. What one thing is keeping you up right now?
Where's the special teams coaches? And I like special teams when it works, but sometimes when special teams mess up, it's a huge swing. So think about it. Packers are winning at that point before this happens, before the block field goal.
Did you know that they have the highest paid special teams coordinator in the NFL?
I did not know that.
$2.2 million.
Now we got to go talk. We got to have a talk.
Yeah, he's.
You and Rich are sitting down. You and Rich Bisaccia, the special teams coordinator and associate coach, are sitting down. What are you saying to Rich?
Rich, we may have to think about your contract because if you can't get these people to block for one play, do their job for one
back-to-back weeks.
Kick is a kick. This is just one play. It's not a drive. It's just holding your position until the kicker can get his kickoff. And we're not getting that in crucial times in the game. What's going on?
That's it? That's all you got for him?
No, I'm trying to get an answer because he's getting all the money.
Well,
he getting paid more than me, so I'm trying to get the answer.
Last week he claimed the operation was good. We just failed at blocking. Well, the operation looked good and failed at blocking again. The same thing, just different.
They not
side.
buying in.
No,
they not buying in.
He didn't.
You're not even mentioning the fact that the returns from Dallas that they got on kickoffs were to the 40.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. When I didn't even get a chance to talk about that because I noticed that the momentum swing came from the block kicks. But what I'm saying is then the rest of the, when they got the new kickoff where they just stand there and kind of push each other around, it's like almost like they're saying it's an improvement for the league. But I liked it when they came down smashing and crashing on each other.
On the Carbless Talking text line, Steve in the 608 chimes in as the debacle in Dallas.
Yeah, it is the debacle.
Yeah, it was almost a debacle.
Chef Ed chimes in. Kyle is without a doubt the most controversial. He flies by the seat of his pants while Ben's takes are more thought out and level-headed. You're cooking with Chef Ed.
Oh, you know what? Coming from Chef Ed, he knows people who fly off the handle. And so I guess that's
Scott
right.
chimes in.
C1.
Looks like LaFleur is and has been doing Bisaccia's job and been covering for him as well.
Yeah.
Let Coach B go.
Let him go. Let him go. Well, I mean,
it's costing the Packers.
I think it's more about sending a message of what the standard is to me. That's what it comes down to. When you let somebody go, you're trying to send a message that the standard that he had isn't good enough. And I think that needs to be the message because when you have back-to-back weeks where you see the exact same problem where guys are allowing people to run through.
I thought we made the adjustment.
No, he did too, but we didn't. And it cost us 2 games. It literally cost us 2
Maybe
victories.
they're not believing in what he pitching.
Well, if they're not believing in what he's pitching, then he needs to be gone. They need to fire
I
him.
agree.
So that's the biggest problem. If we cannot select guys based off what we believe they are. What Rich Bisaccia has shown is that he was a very good special teams coordinator until he got to Green Bay, and all of a sudden he's been a dud. He hasn't been great. Whether it's the field goal kicking problems that we couldn't fix, and he's the one reason why we drafted Anders Carlson. He said, "Hey, that's Daniel Carlson's younger brother. I worked with his brother. I want to work with him." It did not work out. That was the first strike, and now you continually have all these other strikes, and we're losing games because of them.
Tori Lowe's joining us here on Kyle Brust Nortman on Tori Lowe Tuesday. Would you consider yourself like a motivational speaker?
I would consider myself as a problem solver.
Okay.
Yeah, you
so
are.
now you're Matt LaFleur.
Okay.
You got to bye a week. You're playing another inferior opponent. Now, we're not going to say that they're going to win because we've all learned our lesson. What are you saying to the team in the bye week? What is your problem solving?
I'm going to go to the special teams. I'm going to say, I'm going to go to special teams because
what about the defense? The defense doesn't deserve any blame?
Defense, okay. Gary kind of went missing.
MIA.
Yeah, he did.
Gary went MIA. But we can rebound from that. But what we can't do is have huge turnovers on special teams.
Yes, true.
Man, special teams is it's gone from Matt LaFleur to what the hell Rich Bisaccia, and that's totally fair. It's not controversial, as TJ had called in, said I got something controversial. That's not all on Matt LaFleur. Special teams has been ridiculous.
It has been a problem. It's been a thorn in our side. But not just. We're talking about dang near every aspect. Whether it's kickoff, return, whether it's punt. Punt seems fine. Punt return and field goal, they 4 to 5 units.
The only thing that is fine right now is punt.
Yeah, everything else has been bad. You have some negative mark in that football game. There is some negative mark on every single team except for the punt team.
I would bring them together and say, "Play POW."
All right, Tori, they'd be firing you too. That's it.
No, it's how you say it.
Well, you need to coach Rich Bisaccia how to
it's
say
in the
it.
vocals.
So
Jay in the 262 on the Carbless Talking text line, and I'm glad going here as well. Somebody needs to address the secondary. The cornerbacks were not even on the damn TV screen when Dallas was catching the ball.
Right.
That is due in part by the lack of adjustments from Jeff Hafley.
Yep.
They weren't getting pressure the way they were the first 3 games, which led to Keyshawn Nixon, Carrington Valentine, and Nate Hobbs being on an island because they weren't able to get Dak to get rid of the ball, which opened up stuff behind the zone. What are we listening to?
Bodak Yellow by Cardi B. She just released an album.
Bodak what?
Why didn't you play a new song?
Because this is the best song I like from Cardi B because it got yellow in it. I'm a Packer fan, so they got Bodak Yellow. I'm green and yellow.
Her new album nice. You should have had him play some of that new stuff.
Look, this Bodak Yellow, and I'm green and yellow.
Bodak Yellow. I'm Kyle Brust Nortman.
You don't know what he's talking about, do you?
What?
This song had been out for almost a decade.
Yeah, it's powerful.
A decade?
Yeah, Bodak Yellow came out like 2018.
One of her most famous songs.
Yeah.
That's like 8 years ago. Not a decade. I'm not that outdated.
I just like the yellow part. I need some inspiration.
Yeah. Yeah, I need some inspiration too. I feel good about this team. I can't wait till the bye week is over.
You feel good about this team?
Yeah, I still feel fine. I'm good. I feel good. We'll be okay.
Kyle feels good about this team. He would take Dan Campbell and Kevin O'Connell over Matt LaFleur. He's worried about the offensive line, but he feels good about the team.
No, I feel good
special
about the team.
teams. But I'm just saying, all the things he said it doesn't give me how am I supposed to believe you feel good about the team after everything?
He's not radiating confidence.
Everything that we
I feel
have
good
seen,
about this team.
everything that we have seen is correctable. That's the thing. The offensive line had some issues, even with Aaron Banks when he was.
Was your house correctable?
My house is always correctable, and my house was corrected when I got new windows from Universal Windows Direct. Let me tell y'all this right now. Oh, that's what's up. Is indeed, we're coming up on a year of when I got my new windows from Universal Windows Direct, and I want you to upgrade your home using UWD. And it's the last day of September, and guess what? This is your last chance to buy 2 windows, get 2 free. And remember, there's no limit. Whether you need 4 windows or 14, you only pay for half. And to make it even easier, this is what we got for y'all. 0% financing for 3 years. So no interest and no pressure when you work with my friends at Universal Windows Direct. Plus, as a bonus, you'll love $500 off your entire home improvement project when you schedule now. The team at Universal Windows Direct, they make it so easy. Just call them today at 414-410-2000. That's Universal Windows Direct at 414-410-2000, or simply go to universalwindowsdirect.com to book your free estimate today. And listen, with this deal and this timing, you'll be ahead of the game. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
We are going to move toward our TMZ correspondent, Evan Cohen, who joined Wilde and Tausch on Unsportsmanlike. He also has another exercise for your brain. We'll see if you like it or not. Next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
I was like, it's the 4-1-4 hour at 4. I'm not going to lie. I feel like the kid who got picked on the sports team. I was like, oh, you want me? No way.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
An accident on 4394 southbound at National Avenue is off on the right shoulder. Now a tow truck finally showed up. And then we've also got 4394 southbound just beyond Beecher. Another accident there with the left shoulder blocked. Another crash on the ramp from Holt Avenue to 4394 southbound, so just be careful with that. Otherwise, northbound 41, we're seeing backups from before Mayfair Road all the way up past Capitol Drive. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight, a few clouds, a low of 61 at the lake, 56 inland. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a high of 70 at the lake, 77 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more. Stay up to date on the green and gold all season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Back to school means back to savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. Right now, get $3,000 off your roofing, siding, windows, or bath project during their fall savings event. Don't wait. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com to claim your $3,000 savings and book your free estimate. Exterior Pros and Baths, Wisconsin's trusted home improvement experts. Trust the pros.
Craving that crispy, cheesy, thick Detroit-style pizza? Well, now you got it with Screamin' Sicilian. Screamin' Sicilian delivers the crunch, the gooey cheese pull, and that light, airy crust that you love, all baked in its own pan for those crave-worthy caramelized edges straight from your home oven. You got the cheese, the pepperoni, multi-meat, or supreme. It's like dining out, but without the hefty bill. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian, Detroit style, thick, crispy, unapologetically screamin'.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Wisconsin Badgers men's basketball is heading to Milwaukee this December when they play in the Milwaukee Hoops Showdown on Friday, December 19th at Pfizer Forum. The Badgers will tangle with Villanova at 7 p.m. with UW-Milwaukee and South Dakota State starting the action at 4 p.m. 2 marquee men's basketball games, 1 exciting event at Pfizer Forum. Make plans and get your tickets now at PfizerForum.com/showdown. The Badgers headline the action on Friday, December 19th, and you don't want to miss it. Tickets are now available at PfizerForum.com/showdown.
At Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber Group, we believe in the human side of real estate. For us, it's faith, family, and friends in that order. We live that every single day. I'm Tony Wendorf. We move fast, negotiate with confidence, and communicate clearly so our clients win. We operate from a place of gratitude, having donated nearly $200,000 back to our community since 2020. You deserve a team that delivers a luxury experience no matter the price point. Contact us today to get started. Tony Wendorf & Associates, trusted knowledge, superior service. Contact us at wendorfteam.firstweber.com.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Alex Strofe is running the show. You can always get us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee or hit us in the Carbless Talk and text line 800-990-3776. Earlier this morning on Wilde and Tausch, Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike, ESPN Radio, ESPN Wisconsin's in the morning, leading into Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. He joins Wilde and Tausch at 9:30. He has now been appointed as our TMZ correspondent due to somebody thinking he's more of a TMZ reporter than an actual reporter. So we'll see what our TMZ guy had to say, and Evan Cohen on Wilde and Tausch earlier today.
You could snap your fingers and change one of your coach, quarterback, or GM right now. Or if you choose not to snap your fingers, you're locked into all 3 of them for the next 5 years. What path are you taking?
Are you snapping? Or are you locked in with Goody, LaFleur, and Love for 5 years? Are you snapping and saying, hey, you're out of here, one of you 3, Goody, LaFleur, Love? Or are you not snapping the finger and saying, you know what? I want to roll with these guys for 5 years.
Yeah,
800-990-3776. Kyle?
I'm not locking myself into Matt LaFleur for 5 more years.
Well, then
he going to have to be gone. I'm not locking myself in for 5 more years because at that point you're talking about you're 12 years of a head football coach and you don't know whether or not you're going to win a Super Bowl. I'm not locking myself into that. Goody has earned the right for me to say, you know what, Goody? When it seemed like the chains and the shackles were taken off, once Mark Murphy retired, Mark Murphy goodbye, and Ed Policy came in, look at the move you're able to make. You're able to bring in Micah Parsons. And so for me, I think that I'm good with keeping the GM and Goody, but I'm not keeping Matt LaFleur for the next 5 years.
I guess I want to know who wouldn't snap their finger. Who would lock themselves into Goody, LaFleur, and Love for 5 years? I see a hand raised by one Alex Strofe.
What are we doing?
Not locking ourselves into a coach that hasn't won a Super Bowl?
No. That's not the exercise. The exercise is you are moving on today then.
Yeah, I mean, if I can move, if they said you got to be with Matt LaFleur for 5 years.
If I walked to you right now and I said you can either have Matt LaFleur for 5 years or you have to move on tomorrow, you're picking move on tomorrow?
I'm moving on tomorrow because I feel like there's somebody else. There's a lot of guys that come and go. During the time that he's been a coach.
Okay, so who would you replace him with?
Dude,
because if Matt LaFleur was fired.
Did you know who Nick Sirianni was 6-7 years ago? No. But look at him now.
If Matt LaFleur was fired tomorrow, I bet 24 to 25 franchises would line up for them as a
sure.
And 24 to 25 other coaches would line up right away for the Green Bay Packers job.
Didn't the same thing happen where Mike McCarthy eventually got a job, and guess what happened?
Nobody knew who Matt LaFleur was then.
I'm not disagreeing. That's why I would lock him up. I think he's a great head coach. And I do eventually think he'll win a Super Bowl in Green Bay. Mm-hmm. Just because of 2 bad weeks at the beginning of the season, I'm not changing my tune.
Dude, this isn't based off 2 bad weeks.
It's not just based off of 2 weeks. It's decision making in crucial moments in game management.
We are clearly overreacting for two guys that had them in the Super Bowl conversation 2 weeks ago to now moving on. Okay, we'll snap our fingers. We don't need them anymore. We just had a conversation about how Jordan Love's been just as much, if not more, of an issue than him. But we're locking ourselves into that Matt LaFleur is this ginormous problem all of a sudden.
He also is keeping Rich Bisaccia employed.
Yeah, but he's not going to make a change.
Do you believe since 2023 that the offense has been where you thought it would be under Matt LaFleur?
I think it's better than we thought it would be, yes.
You think the offense has been better what you thought it would be post Jordan Love's 10-game run at the end of that season?
Well, yeah, you changed the question. You said since 2023.
Since the end of 2023.
So last year when Jordan Love was injured and this year.
Yes. Is the offense in a place where you thought it would be?
The offense scored 40 points on Sunday.
That is against the Cowboys.
The offense scored 40 points on Sunday.
Guess what other teams were able to, like,
the defense is more of a concern than the offense after Sunday.
The defense is more of a concern than the offense after Sunday. That's overreacting.
No, if we're looking at the one-game sample size.
We have 3 games of sample size of the defense playing really well.
I'm not saying season long, but if we're going to do this overreactionary crap that we're doing right now, then the defense is more of an issue. The defense allowed Dallas to score 38 points on Sunday.
So now you're concerned about the defense.
I mean, I am a little bit concerned.
More than the offense.
Corey wants to snap Bisaccia away, but not in this exercise. Sorry.
Didn't you just say you're more? If your biggest concern?
I'm just doing what you guys are doing. We're going to overreact in 2 weeks.
No, again,
this is not about
a bigger conversation than 2 weeks. You can go back to clock management situations where the same man you're defending made a one-score game, and gave the ball to a future Hall of Famer.
Yeah, that was bad.
And we're still having situation conversations.
Aaron Rodgers didn't score points on 3
This isn't about Aaron Rodgers. This is about the coach. This is about the coach and what he's done in situations.
Yeah, Strofe, and also my thing is this.
You're the one who's sick of listening. You had to turn your TV off because you got sick of hearing Matt LaFleur look like a deer in the headlights saying the same thing over and over and over after his press conferences.
That's very true. Strofe, you act like dude Mike McCarthy. You act like Matt LaFleur is giving you the same thing that you get from like a Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan hasn't won a championship, but he's been to a Super Bowl and NFC championships, right? Like that's the type of coach where you say, I'll ride it out for 5 years. You don't just keep riding it out. We even talked about it yesterday. Andy Reid eventually got fired from the Eagles because he could not win a Super Bowl. It's not about winning games in the regular season. It's about winning Super Bowls and competing for Super Bowls, and that's just not happening currently.
Chris and Cedarburg, are you snapping the finger or are you locking them in? You're on the Carbless Talking text line.
I'm snapping my fingers, and I'm with Kyle. Bye-bye, Matt.
Why?
Bye-bye, LaFleur.
Well, couple of reasons. One, he extended the contract or renewed the contract for Bisaccia, who has proven nothing. And I want people to take a step back and look and say, how many wins has Matt LaFleur created for us versus games that he's lost for us? Because he had Aaron Rodgers, probably a top 5 quarterback in the history of the NFL. He was riding his coattails, and those guys got into a lot of disputes about play calls and whatnot, but he's a horrible play caller. He's a horrible clock manager. He's a horrible challenge flag thrower.
That I won't disagree.
I mean, he hasn't shown – I've been saying this for 4 years. He hasn't shown me anything.
All right. I have a lot of issues with that call.
I don't have that many. I mean, there's some, but I think Chris is right to voice his opinion. I look,
horrible play caller, that's an overreaction.
Like, horrible play caller is overreaction. I don't think he's made up to what he's known to be as this dynamic play caller.
He completely revitalized Aaron Rodgers' career.
Sure. We're not talking about Aaron Rodgers anymore.
But
we're talking about
he said he was riding his coattails, which I don't think is the case at all.
But you can't sit here and act like you are impressed with the way that Matt LaFleur schemes guys open on a consistent basis. He's supposed to be this guru, and he hasn't been that.
He's holding back the Bugatti.
They're sideline to sideline. They're very conservative at times. He doesn't know when to press, when not to press. He's lost in terms of an identity, and that is why it's so easy for people to be frustrated.
I do think, and I don't love this as an excuse typically, but I do think injuries are playing a severe part in that this year. You don't have Jaden Reed. You don't have Christian Watson. You have a shredded offensive line. I agree with that. But I think when it comes to the scheming part of this offense, the schematic part of this offense, it's going
You'll be the same person to say, though.
No, but it's going to look significantly different come Thanksgiving in Detroit than it
You'd
did
be the same person to say without Malik Willis or without Jordan Love when he had Malik Willis, he schemed him. Well, they have other injuries, and they're not being able to scheme other guys with what they have in front of them now.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about the wide receivers that struggled to get separation last year right now? You're talking about getting schemed open, where Jordan Love even said, like, hey, listen, he got mad. He said, these guys are going to have to figure out how to get open. This is who you talking about? The team that struggled last year to get separation?
Christian Watson wasn't part of that.
Christian Watson was in the hodgepodge still of last season. He got hurt.
He was in the hodgepodge, but he was better at separation than those other guys.
Dude,
as was Wicks, and Wicks couldn't catch.
Look at his stats last year. Separation, my behind. He didn't have a great year last year. He had a meh year. He had like 28 catches, I think.
Missed games.
Dude, you're full.
He was on the field.
David chimes in. The only two games I have been impressed with LaFleur were the ones that Malik Willis had to start last year.
And I think it is an overreaction to say that Matt LaFleur is this bad coach. You got to fire him today. But with this exercise, if I had to choose to lock myself in for 5 years, that's not a good lock in for the next 5 years.
Commitment issue, Kyle. It took him long enough to get engaged. I mean, geez, this is starting to, now your life's starting to seep into your Matt LaFleur feelings.
Long enough to get engaged.
It took you like 5 years.
It was like 3.
I'm just... Guys,
you guys
got way too serious, way too quick there.
The only one that got serious was you.
Yeah, right. You brought my lady into this.
The only one that got serious.
I'm about to see her in a couple minutes. How can't we have you putting that into the air?
You can't. Oh, baby, he's just messing.
He is just messing, baby. And all good things come to those who wait. And look at look at the good thing we both got.
Yes, you
and her.
There you go. He's learning,
but mainly you.
No. My baby's the catch.
Well, I'm so proud of you.
I am the problem. I know that. Maybe I'm the problem.
He's finally listening to himself, which that drop had nothing to do with him in his relationship.
When it comes to you two, you guys are the problem. I miss Brad because who do I look at when you two are doing your stupid nonsense?
I also miss Brad because he's the logic on the show, and I'd have somebody on my side during all these conversations.
I don't know. He was probably ripping
I don't know. Situation. Yeah, we should pull up a Brad text.
On Friday,
Matt LaFleur was getting roasted by old Brad Nortman about situational football.
Brad ripped him.
Has not been his best showings.
Win big this October at Potawatomi. You could play the Bird Bash game show for $50,000 in cash. That's a lot of cash. It's a lot of cash. Just play with your Potawatomi rewards card for entries, prize drawings on Thursdays. Plus, your play also earns you a shot at the $300,000 December season finale. It's the Bird Bash, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. For more details, go to paysbig.com/birdbash. Also, go enjoy Potawatomi Casino with everything they got going on. I just read a text message, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to minimize it. It was Rob, and it starts with a lot of hypocrisy right now, especially from Kyle. I'm not going to read the rest of it until we come back.
Wow.
Next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
And that Alex Strofe, you look like you had something to say.
Brewers! On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on 4394, we do have the ramp from Holt Avenue closed right now because of that crash. So that answers that question. And we do still have the other two accidents, one at National Avenue and the other one just past Beecher. We've also got northbound 41 slowing down from about Watertown Plank Road all the way up past Capitol. Then it opens up. The southbound side slows down from Bradley Road down to Good Hope, back on the brakes from Appleton Avenue down to Capitol. On westbound 94, you got backups from about 20th Street all the way to Hawley Road, back on the brakes through the Zoo interchange, and it stays pretty much solid all the way past Calhoun. Once you get past that, you're good to go. On the eastbound side, we got backups from just before Highway 164 all the way to about Calhoun, and then again from 76th Street through the stadium. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. John Neal and his team know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, a few clouds, a low of 61 at the lake, 56 inland. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, a high of 70 at the lake,
It's
77
a bird
inland.
bash at Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to $50,000 cash in the Bird Bash game show. Just play with your rewards card this October for a chance to win. Wouldn't you like to rake in a huge pile of cash? Bird Bash, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info at potawatomi.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
Milwaukee College Prep, redefining what's educationally possible so more children can pursue their dream. Join me, Craig Karmazin, and Milwaukee College Prep Thursday, October 23rd at Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall, and take a stand in closing the opportunity gap for Milwaukee scholars. Your support means quality education is accessible to over 2,000 scholars in Milwaukee. Enjoy food, drinks, and a chance to learn more. Purchase tickets at 2025 takeastand.givesmart.com. That's 2025 takeastand.givesmart.com.
Any coach will tell you, games are won in the preparation. The same's true in cybersecurity. Trend Micro helps businesses move from reactive to proactive with cyber risk exposure management. That means real-time visibility into your risks across cloud, email, endpoints, and networks. For over 35 years, enterprises worldwide have trusted Trend Micro to prepare, protect, and perform. Don't wait for the next threat to blow the whistle. Get secure now at trendmicro.com, because the best defense is being ready before the game even starts.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
After a serious accident, you'll need a winning team to protect your rights. Trust Wisconsin's own Brewers offices. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I get knocked down.
What up, KBN Nation? And buying a home is one of the biggest moves you'll ever make. And listen, if you're making a move like that, I want you to have a team behind you that knows what they are doing and actually cares. That's why when you are ready, you need to work with my friends at Citizens Bank. I'm telling y'all, from the pre-approval to the closing, and even after you get the keys, they will be there with you every step of the way. There's no runaround, no wondering, not wondering or wondering who to call, no last-minute surprises, just one trusted lender making the whole thing feel a lot less stressful. And get this, you can meet with someone in person or start an application online. However you roll, they've got you. So whether you're buying, refinancing, or just starting to dream, check out Citizens Bank, WI.bank. That's Citizens Bank, WI.bank. That's banking where you belong with Citizens Bank, who is an equal housing lender.
Rob on the Carbless Talking text line, 800-990-3776, responding to what Kyle has said through the last 2 days here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
All right, hold me
with you till 5 o'clock.
So you think.
A lot of hypocrisy right now, especially from Kyle. Yesterday for Love, he cut everyone off that wanted to talk about Love's body of work.
Oh, I love me some
He
Love.
would only talk about this year, but now with Matt LaFleur, it's all 7 years.
Listen, but we can look at Jordan Love's body of work, and I said it last year. Jordan Love wasn't healthy. The year before that, Jordan had an iffy first 9 games of the season, then turned it on. Jordan Love, we want to talk about J Love, y'all need to rewatch that film, and you can look at the stats. Jordan Love was magnificent, and I understand he had the fumble, but outside of that, that man threw for 337 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions on 43 attempts. He led that Green Bay Packers team to 4 go-ahead or to tie the game drives in the fourth quarter in OT yesterday. So I stand by what I said. I am not standing for Jordan Love slander because that man is playing very, very good. And I think, Ben, you asked a question earlier this. Did we end up polling it about Jordan Love, our scale of Jordan Love, or how we felt about him?
It's funny you say that. I was just going to the weekly pulse of Jordan Love.
Where are we at? I bet you got a lot more greats than you got average this week than you had.
How would you evaluate Packers QB Jordan Love through 4 weeks? Elite, great, good, or average. Elite, 16%.
Wow, that's a huge jump from last.
We're gonna go through both, all right? This week and last week. Great, 36%. Good, 41%. Average, 7%.
Huh, sounds like we have some palmy people on Twitter X. That is crazy. That's a complete, flip.
It's not a complete
It was
flip.
like 2% elite last week.
Oh, I will get us there in a second, Strofe, unless you beat me. Did we not do it last week? Did we do week 2?
No, we did it. We did it last week. We did Thursday or Friday of last week.
Somebody please help me. I'm technology inept.
You should have screenshotted
technologically
it.
inept.
My whole point is this, is that Jordan Love has played great this season. Love is top 5 in yards. He's tied for 3rd in touchdown passes. He's top 3 in QB rating. Dude is a top 10 quarterback in completion percentage, something that we knew was a Achilles heel of him, and he only has 1 interception this year.
I found it.
Yeah,
thanks to Alex Strofe, who's very talented.
Yeah, he's good at that. He just knows how to.
Oh, gosh, he's going to add that to his repertoire of me saying nice things about him. Has the Packers quarterback Jordan Love been elite, great, good, or average this season? That was 5 days ago. 3% elite, 24% great, good 58%, average 15%.
Listen, everybody's a prisoner of the moment. What I'm saying, he's not elite yet, but that game on Sunday was elite. The dude is trending in that direction. He's playing really well, and I think
I can't wait to do this the next 2 weeks, and then we could create a graphic of this was after week 3 against the Browns.
Yeah, the trend.
This was after week 4 against the Cowboys. This was week 5 against the Bengals, and go on and on and on.
You know what? I am a great representation of ESPN Wisconsin. You want to know why? Because I'm an emotional roller coaster. I may go back and forth, but that is exactly what fans are. We don't know what we want. We don't know what we like, but all we know is winning is the only thing that matters and performing at a high level.
I've been waiting for this one because I've been under the impression this entire week that Goody has done a good enough job for most people to keep him out of their mouth because Matt LaFleur should have the pieces and the ingredients to make this team cook, so to say. So Ken and Cedarburg will bring you in because you have some thoughts about somebody else we haven't discussed.
Okay.
Take it away.
All right. I don't think there's been enough criticism of Goody.
Explain.
All I hear about the players, get rid of this coach, that coach. You know, if you are having the youngest team in the league 3 years in a row, you're doing something wrong. And I'd like to know, has the youngest team in the league ever won a Super Bowl?
Oh man, I feel like Brad Nortman has done that before, but I'm pretty sure the answer is no. But I know he had like a mean, median, mode, and average along with his research beyond that because he's our Brad Nerdman numbers guy. The answer is no.
He has a point, though, about we were talking about the youngest team in the NFL. You know why that is a good point? And again, I'm not Goody. He got Michael Parsons. When you look at the 2020 draft class, right? You look at the 2019, 18, all these draft classes of guys that could be veterans, right, on this football team. You saw Kenny Clark, who he did not draft Kenny Clark. He was drafted by Ted Thompson. And so if a guy is really good and excelling, that means they make it to 28, 29, 30, right? When you look at the 2021 draft class, you got Eric Stokes. That didn't work out. You got Josh Myers no longer on the team. Amari Rodgers didn't work out. Royce Newman not on the team. TJ Slade not on the team. Like when you're talking about Isaiah McDuffie's the only guy from that draft class still on the team. So when you're talking about having the youngest roster on the NFL, it's simply because you missed in those early drafts, right? That's why you continue to have a youngest team. But it seems to me that the last couple of drafts he has hit. That's why I'm not going to be too harsh on him for drafting because I believe he's hit on the last couple of draft classes outside of the first round last year.
You know whose opinion that I'm really fascinated to hear?
Oh my gosh, yeah, because he was smiling just like me a couple weeks ago. Last time I talked to J.A., he was Professor Big Daddy J.A. He was beaming from ear to ear. I know last week he was probably frustrated, and boy, he is going to.
I just want to give him the floor.
Yeah, we should.
The more he talks, the better. Listening is a good skill that I'm going to try and put to use from Alex Strofe. With John Anderson, Professor Big Daddy J.A. of Sports Center, joining us before the Homer Hour next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
I text Greg Scalzo, and I say, Greg, I'm sorry, I'm going to be late to work. I'm caught in an international conspiracy.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more. Stay up to date on the green and gold all season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Goldsmiths are essential to running a jewelry store, but they're extremely hard to find.
Goldsmiths can repair jewelry, set diamonds, resize rings, and create beautiful, one-of-a-kind pieces of custom jewelry.
Most jewelry stores do not have an in-house goldsmith.
But Kessler's has 18 wonderful goldsmiths working in our 9 Kessler stores.
The average Kessler's goldsmith has more than 15 years of full-time experience.
And that's not counting all the apprentice goldsmiths and jewelry designers.
Our goldsmiths repair a lot of jewelry that we did not sell.
Bring us your broken jewelry and we'll bring it back to life.
When you see a woman with an extremely attractive, very distinctive engagement ring,
you can safely assume that it's a custom-designed, one-of-a-kind ring made by the goldsmiths at Kessler's.
When your relationship is special, you need a special engagement ring.
If you want something that's breathtakingly one-of-a-kind,
come to Kessler's.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Hey, it's Jen Latta, and I just had my walk-in closet redesigned by Closets by Design. Doug and his team in Mequon were amazing, from the first consultation to the final install, and now I have a beautiful, organized space for all of my clothes. They really brought my vision to life. Locally owned with the backing of a trusted national brand, they deliver expert design with a personal touch. Get 40% off, plus an extra 15% off, and take advantage of 18-month free financing. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN. And don't forget to tell them Jen from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy sent you.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a ball.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Cheese doodles, Mr. Nougat Bar. Oh, here we go. 4-door hatchback.
Some things are fine to buy from a vending machine, but a car is not one of them. The national online company makes it seem convenient, but it won't be so convenient if you have a problem with the vehicle you buy. And if it's after 7 days, good luck. Adam member dealers also let you search online, plus test drive the vehicle before you buy it. And they're right here to handle any issues.
What? The car's stuck. No!
Start your search at adam.com.
With a dedicated Milwaukee team, Fifth Third Bank knows what success looks like. For 15 years, we've been serving businesses, organizations, and individuals in the area with a long-standing commitment to the healthcare and not-for-profit sectors. Whether it's expansion to commercial payments, Fifth Third offers a full suite of financial services and solutions to navigate your organization's complex needs. Experience the difference with Fifth Third Bank. National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It is Kyle Bruston Nortman before the Homer Hour here, leading you to it at 5 o'clock. Joining us now is the Professor Big Daddy J.A., John Anderson of SportsCenter. John, welcome in.
How are you, friends?
You're chipper. Either one works, I guess, with you. I just want to give you the floor because you always have the I want to continue to see things unfold before I start crowning people. What are you feeling right now after 4 weeks?
Are you insinuating that somehow I will find vindication or gloat over this?
No. I do not.
Okay.
I do not. No, I'm saying you have a smart approach to your fandom where you don't get yourself too high, in my opinion, because you know you've been around long enough to see that if you get too high, you can always be brought down pretty quickly.
I got brought down.
Yeah. Have you been brought down?
John, I went to Portugal, and my team lost. And I came back, and I was like, we'll bounce back. And all of a sudden, I'm watching a 40-40 tie in this defense that was fantastic.
Well, you didn't go, they'll bounce back. You let the Browns game on ESPN's Gamecast ruin your fiance's birthday dinner because you stopped paying attention to her.
Yeah, but there's some truth to that.
There's not some. It is the truth.
But she understands what she's getting into. But then by the time we got to Sunday night, I was confident the Green Bay Packers were going to beat up on the Dallas Cowboys, and it looked like a quarter and a half into that was the direction we were going, and then out of nowhere the Dallas Cowboys decided that they were going to be a good offense, and the Packers defense forgot how to be a defense. And so my confidence of this being a top 3 team in the NFC is now is the Lions and the Eagles and the rest of us. We're part of the rest of us.
Well, I think we're better than the rest of us. I don't know that we're in that tier yet, but the fact that they beat the Lions shows that they can beat the Lions. So I do not believe that the team that we are on September 30th is the team we will be or need to be when late December comes. So I think I've seen a bunch of good stuff that shows that offensively they can play great. Defensively, we've shown that they can play great. You're going to have ebbs and flows in what's happening. And so long as the ability is there, I think we've seen that, okay, this team has the potential to be really good. Now I would like them, as we always do, to be really good all on the same day. I am not, like I said, it was totally disappointing. I think I texted Homer at one point. I'm like, okay, I think the defense right now is just a bunch of conscientious objectors in how they're approaching this thing. But just as I wasn't too high, they'll be fine. They've shown that they've got it. I think they'll learn some lessons here. Hafley will figure out that maybe that it's got to do more than just turn his guy loose and see what happens. So life is in the adjustments, man. The music is not the notes; it's the spaces between the notes. So what we can do between the notes here to make ourselves better and get back on track. So I think they'll be okay.
That was beautiful.
Yes, beautiful. The professor is bringing out the knowledge right now.
Oh,
come on! Tell me the biggest point of frustration. Was it the special teams? Was it the lack of urgency with 3 minutes to go after getting the 4th down conversion and overtime? Something had to grind your gears at least.
Yeah, I think we didn't. I don't know that the clock management was terrific. coming at the end of that game. I was more troubled by, and I guess I've just seen it with Dak so many times. The number of times you think, okay, you got this guy, and not only does he just get rid of it, but he makes plays. Now, it's never translated into big wins in the playoffs, and usually I think that's why Dallas people are eventually disappointed by the guy because they see so much where he just makes these amazing things happen. He always seems to have the ball in his hands with a chance to win or tie a game. No matter what it is, no matter how bad they are, he's always got the ball and a chance in the last possession, which is beyond me. What frustrated me was the number of times that you're like, okay, this is a positive down and distance, and not only did they complete the pass for a first down, it was some big gain, and the defensive back for the Packers seemed to literally be standing flat-footed watching the guy do it. And I kept thinking to myself, if you get tired of watching, go ahead and guard them. It's much like I think of Bruss defense. If you get tired of watching guys, go ahead and guard them.
Well, I was always on the worst player, so I didn't really have to do that much.
So that was the part of the ground. He was like, okay, you got to complete the pass. But why is that guy he literally was standing looking at him. Yeah. The one along the sidelines late, and then when they got down to whatever was the 2 or 3 yard line, I'm like, we're just standing there. He made a break on the ball. How about you make a break on the ball? Yeah. So those were the things that were a little troubling. But as always, my biggest thing, like get them off the field. That I yell that 50 times a game. Just get them off the field.
That wasn't happening on Sunday night. It wasn't happening.
Did not happen at all.
And when you look at this game, you evaluate, especially talking about that last drive of the game where the Green Bay Packers had no sense of urgency after they got that fourth down conversion to Matthew Golden. Who do you put that blame on, especially how this game ended with 1 second left on the clock and letting about 25 seconds tick off? Who do you put more blame on? Is that Jordan Love or you think that's Matt LaFleur?
In that sense there, I would probably go with my quarterback. I think at that point, I need to just assume what's control of this whole thing and make sure that doesn't get out of hand. And I do think, we've become so overly reliant on the guy in my ear and my headset and calling plays and all this other stuff. Sometimes I'm like, how about just do some original thinking and take control of this? And,
this sounds like an English literature class right now, for real. Do some original thinking. Don't copy and paste ChatGPT.
He's preaching right now. Yes.
Yeah, but in the end, right? In the end, because again, you know this, right? Because you've had the ball in your hand late. At some point, yes, coach can yell at you, but you also get to feel you are in control of that clock. And if it doesn't go, at some point you got to go. I'm in charge here. And it's me and the clock, and the coach is at this point literally just kind of he's a go-between I don't need at this point. It's me and the clock, and I'm watching that thing, and at some point I have to just take control of what that is. So I think the way it got down there at the end was sort of him. He's got, at some point you just got to go, okay, I need, this seems to be going slow. You got to have that clock, and you don't even have to have the clock in your head because it's right there in front of you. And you can see that going, and you got to recognize that and say, okay, I'm going to cut out the middleman here. It's just going to be in the clock. So I think Love was more at fault in that.
He's way too obedient for me. And when I say that, I mean
hustle your guys.
He just does what his coach says. He's like the guy who, you have an older brother, and the older brother does everything wrong. You're like, I'm not going to be like that guy. He saw Aaron Rodgers act the fool. He was like, you know what? I think I'm going to go in the opposite direction. I'm going to take the good things, but then also I'm not going to frustrate Dad, right? And I think that's what we see with Jordan Love, where he just seems to be way too obedient. He doesn't. You said it best. He just doesn't take it and go with it. It's 2 minutes, Matt. We doing this. Y'all listen to me, not him. I want that attitude, man.
Dude, you got that little time left on the clock. As an 8th grade quarterback, when you have to take care of business.
It was
business. I don't care.
Obviously, Matt LaFleur wasn't panicking in his ear.
Nothing to do with Matt LaFleur. You assume that Jordan Love's going to have his helmet on. You don't have to tell him to put his helmet on. You assume he knows at a certain time in the clock, I got to get rid of the ball and get the ball snapped or whatever, or we're not going to get to playing.
He got rid of the ball quickly once he did take the snap because he knew.
He's lucky.
He knew he had to get rid of it quickly.
No, they have a guy doing the time clock. That's the Dallas Cowboys. That they lose that game. It's impossible. This is just like the interception. This is junior high football. Look at the clock. At what time do you realize we better snap it, or we're not going to get to playing?
You must have hated that fumble too, huh?
No,
they were different things.
No, I mean the strip and going for 21 seconds left on the clock at the end of half. Matt LaFleur.
No, I don't. That just happened. He didn't see the guy. This is 8th grade football.
My 8th grader was balling still on Sunday.
I didn't. Usually I get a rundown of the week of who's working shows, and I wasn't able to look at it this week. So Homer's here today, is that right?
No. We recorded that from earlier. Yeah.
Thanks for a little sugar there, buddy.
Might be some salt later.
No, hold on. If he was Harry Carey and I was Jimmy Pearsall, Harry would have said, Jimmy, did you take your meds? And he did